Boom, boom, we're live. Welcome, everyone, to our very first video podcast. Excuse the mess behind me and the mess behind Fraser, especially. His room is extremely messy. So,
I don't excuse nothing. Don't speak for me.
Because Derek and I get tired of talking to each other all the time, we invite other people to take up slack of this podcast. So we have the boys from R3 Podcast. Fraser.
Eating food. Yeah, call him out when his mouth's full.
Hello, no, just
Keep talking.
Peanut butter pretzel, baby. Don't
There
worry
you
about
go. And Nintendo Hodge.
Hello.
Sexier.
Boys. Oh yeah, he's
Hello.
get that low voice down there. Yeah. Because we're putting this episode out. Or actually, no, we're putting it out on time, but we're recording very late. This is going to be our explicit episode. Number 1 of the year.
That's the loudest profanity I've ever heard.
So just a heads up, if you got kids in the car, if you're listening, this is not safe. Yes. Just pull over.
Kick the kids out.
Pull over, kick them out of the car, continue on your way, pick them up on your way home. You'll be good to go. So
I will try my best, but I
not
promise
safe for
nothing.
the ears. Mostly out of laziness. So.
Blame Josh.
I'll blame Josh. I blame
Switching
you,
to
Derek.
StreamYard was one of the best things we ever did. No more editing.
Yeah, normally we would still do, like, it was just Derek and I, we'd probably still do Discord, but with 4 people, like, the last
Syncing
time
up
we
the
had,
audios and...
yeah, the last time we had all of you guys on, one person's recording goes a little bit out of sync,
Yeah.
then I have to, like, stop and space everyone out individually, and that's, like, every 10 minutes or so, so it was a lot of work. So it's a lot, if you have a guest, it's just easier on StreamYard.
It was the same when we had you guys and also the weekend rental. There was 5 of us.
Yeah.
All separate. I'm like, I told Chris, I'm like, I do not envy you editing that one. Not at all.
Like, I'm sure it sounds better, but I mean, it's a podcast. No one really cares.
I'm gonna tell you right now, I couldn't really tell the difference.
I can be just because I edit it, I think, but
There was that tool
By
you
the
guys
time
used before that recorded the separate tracks on each person's local computer.
yeah.
You'd think that would be better, but I don't know.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
honestly, by the time I render it and then it, like, you degrade the quality during rendering, it probably doesn't sound any different than just uploading the raw StreamYard audio.
Yeah.
You don't upload it in like 420 kilobit MP3.
I got size limits, man.
Even on
Anchor's free, and there's a
Anchor.
reason.
Anchor,
Yeah.
you can upload the video too.
Yeah, you can just upload the street video.
Yeah.
It'll rip the audio for you.
Nobody wants to see these ugly mugs.
Well, too late. They got no choice this time.
Yeah.
They're gonna see them whether they like it or not. Unless
It's
they
really
get
a good
change the
it's a good mix of people that like to view on YouTube or listen on the whatever podcast, right?
yeah.
Yeah. It always, for me, depended on when I have time to listen to it, right? Sometimes my old job, I'd have time to just sit at my computer, watch videos while I'm working. So that was easy.
Yeah.
I could watch everything on YouTube. Nowadays, not so much.
I'm surprised people are allowed to watch YouTube at work. I just assumed that was going to be something that, like, got put on the ban list.
Yeah, it's not. I think it's just too useful. There's too many good videos that you can learn from, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess. I don't know. I've never had an office job, so
Yeah, neither have I get like 3-4 minutes at the end, and if I don't got to go to the bathroom, I'm on my phone quickly looking at something out of the bus. Just got to keep my sanity.
Can't drive the garbage truck around watching YouTube videos at the same time. Is that frowned upon?
don't call me out.
Yeah, we got
Hey man, hey,
drivers.
if Doug Ford can do a video call during a snowstorm, you can do that.
Who's to say I haven't? It's nice. I'm up high. No one can see what I'm watching on my phone.
That's
Everybody
true.
can see. It's all over. Was it 6Buzz or whatever that stupid thing is?
4chan?
No, not 4chan. There's like a
Buzz?
6Buzz.
What is 6Buzz?
It's like an Instagram with only stuff in Toronto. The 6.
Oh, yes.
Oh.
6Buzz. Crap.
Oh.
Yeah. Like one of my coworkers just sent me one that happened on a bus during the long weekend, and someone lit a firework, like a Roman candle, in a bus. Just shot it in a
That was
bus.
me. Sorry.
No, it was not you. That was not you, unless you de-aged yourself, my friend. You do look young. But
You can't tell. You can't tell.
these kids had really high voices and no facial hair. And they video recorded
I
themselves
shaved.
doing it too.
Oh, okay. Well,
I'm like, come on, man, how dumb are you? But
there's a lot
Now
of
you
like
know.
self-incriminating stuff.
now you know. I'm gonna go beat the shit out of this guy. Oh, first swears.
There it is. There it is. We know it's gonna be you.
Yeah.
Gotta
Do I
get
get
the
a
tracker one for Fraser.
Ding. Yeah, now
We
you have
got
to edit
number
it a
counter on
little
here.
counter. Yeah.
Yeah, can you add that in the overlay?
You know what you
That
should
requires editing, so no.
do. You know what you should do though. You should like keep track of the swears, and then at the end of it, if when you have guests, they donate to a charity of your choice, like a swear
Ooh,
jars.
There you go.
I think that'd
Doesn't
be kind
apply
of
to
fun.
the hosts though.
It
Only
does
to the
apply.
guests.
Triple
No,
to Derek. Triple
no.
to Derek.
The problem is the accountability. How am I gonna make you pay for it? You know what I mean?
Guilt.
My guilt would totally do it. I'm
Oh,
like,
that's
I'm
true.
coming
I'd
and
call you out on
said-
Twitter. I'd make you
Oh,
feel like
you
crap.
wouldn't even have to call me out on Twitter. I would do it right when the episode ends, just so I'm like,
But you have
putting
to
my
you have
hands
to
in it.
donate it. You have to donate it
Preemptively
in not so
donate.
special's name.
I'll
right?
share the screen so you can see me doing it. Yeah, but that's another thing too. I can
Share the screen with your
$20.
credit card information, especially. Though.
Yeah, with Chris's credit card information.
Yeah.
So I asked you guys at the beginning when we were sitting there waiting for Derek because he was masturbating
Yeah,
to
he was
pornography.
taking forever. Yeah.
If you
I
guys
switched
wanted,
my camera over.
if you guys
I can turn it
want-
off.
we don't want the
You
under
had to
the
take it
desk
away
camera.
from the
We
ball
told you
cam over to
this.
his face cam. That's
I can plug in more cameras if you want. I got.
I'm
a couple
doing
in my
more
backpack.
videos for my YouTube channel. If you guys wanted a mystery Funko Pop, I have a box of Funko Pops, and I will give you guys one free, no charge, nothing, no strings attached. And two of you said yes, Josh and Hodge. But Derek's like, yeah, it depends, meh. So would you like one, Derek? You can
No, I'm
you
not
can have
gonna
the
say
first.
Yes.
Okay, fine. Okay, Hodgie,
Yo.
you can go first. We got.
Oh, you're gonna give him a choice?
Oh,
thought
I
you
get to
just- I
pick.
thought it was
It's
me.
not
No.
Pick
Okay.
a number
Okay.
between 1 and 30.
Guns or heroes?
Guns or heroes?
Mm-hmm.
Let's go with heroes.
There you go. There's your Funko.
Is that? Oh, that's from Fallout.
Yeah, it's toughness.
Super guy.
It is gone.
Super
It is
guy.
yours. Now, Josh, you want guns?
Oh, I'm taking guns. I don't want
Or
whatever.
heroes.
The opposite of Hodge.
You
Hope
get
that's one I know.
Reaper.
Oh, a Reaper.
Oh,
Overwatch.
Nice. Yep.
You sure you don't
Nice.
want one, Derek?
I don't. I'm good. I'm good for fun.
I'll take
I have
Derek's.
too many.
I'll
Funkos
take Derek.
already.
Guns or heroes then?
Let Derek choose, and then I'll take it.
It's for Josh. I would
Uh,
like to choose guns again because he already got one that's guns. But on the flip side, it's like, oh, one of each.
So you're going
Ooh.
to say heroes?
I don't know. Sure, let's do it.
This is so hard.
It
We'll
is
give
hard.
we will give you a Daredevil, but he's a bobblehead.
Oh, sweet.
Looks like he's holding hockey sticks.
He is.
Or
It's
nunchucks.
the Canadian. It's the Canadian Daredevil.
Canadian Daredevil.
Yeah.
No, don't
And
worry.
then, you know,
When-
Chris,
when-
because I love you, you can have Zarya.
Zarya.
One day when I visit Derek, I'll just sneak a Funko Pop in his house, and he won't know.
You know,
I'd be,
yeah,
okay.
just-
I'd be okay with the Daredevil. I'd be
Well,
okay.
I was
look
gonna-
up.
I was going to
Well, now
give
you're
a
getting Reaper.
Junkrat. I was going to give Junkrat, but his arm broke off.
I can glue that on.
That kind of Junkrat. That's makes sense. His arm broke.
And then what I'll do is I'll give Josh the Junkrat, and then Derek can have the arm.
Oh, there you go.
But
Then we'll get together once in a while and complete them.
No.
connect your Junkrat pieces.
With our
Um,
powers combined.
So my brother, when he played Overwatch a little bit with us, and his least favorite character was Reinhardt. So I ended up getting a Reinhardt. Like I pre-ordered him because I really liked Reinhardt. And I guess the coloring on the chest was scratched or damaged. So I contacted EB Games and I'm like, yo, like it's all messed up. I go, what do I do? Can I return this and
WTF?
get another one? And they gave me, they sent it out me a brand new one. And then they're like, I go, do you want me to send it back? They're like, no, don't worry about it. So I'm like, okay. So I had two. So then whenever I went to my brother's house, I just kept hiding the messed up Reinhardt Funko in his room because he hated it so much. and then I eventually got it back. So I got to find a time to now when I go over there again to drop it off and just leave it there for him. Put it in his fridge or something.
Yeah.
That was like the what was it? The VHS copy of Pretty,
Pretty
Woman that ended up in my basement.
For the longest time, we hid that good though. It took you a while to find that.
Mm-hmm.
No. See, you're doing it wrong. You need multiple copies so that it takes him a long time to find them all, and you never know if they're all gone.
Just hard boil 12, like a dozen eggs, and just put them around the house.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Hide them in
find
the
those.
vents. Hide them in the vents.
I went to visit my friend that had that Twitch channel, the Angry Unicorn, that did a charity stream with us 2 years ago.
Yep.
And I printed off their logo. No, yeah, their logo, and hid them out throughout their house while I was visiting. My wife and I would just hide them like under their couch cushions, under the mat in the bathroom, in the the shelves under the
In the
under the sink
medicine
in the
cabinet,
bathroom.
in their underwear
Medicine
drawers.
everywhere, but I didn't go in their bedroom.
On the inside of their eyelids.
Yes, while they're sleeping.
We always made a joke that, I think it was one of the questions I asked you when you guys did like the open question stuff, that you could have like a $900 or $500 superpower.
Yeah.
One of the ones we always said was, my power is that I would create a screen that could only play Weekend at Bernie's, and you can only make one screen, and then when it disappears you can make it again, but it just replays Weekend at Bernie's. So I said I would do that, but then I would go to people, like a person, and I would put it on the inside of their eyelid, because I never specified the size of the screen. So even when they're closing their eyes, it's just Weekend at Bernie's on one eyelid too.
That's
Safe
more
to
like a
sleep with.
villain power. That's more.
I know. I just said power, right? Could be anything.
That's superpower.
Evil
I
people
assume
have powers
superpower
too,
with-
right?
Yeah, I guess that's true.
You don't have to be good to have superpowers.
That's true. That's true.
I wish I could think of someone to reference and you say that. A real life person. I was going to say, like, look at Elon Musk. I'm like, no, that doesn't work.
His superpower is money,
Yeah.
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
just
was
like
it?
Iron Man.
or Batman.
And Batman.
What's your
Batman.
superpower?
Yeah.
I'm rich.
Yep.
That is a power, though. Like, because
It's not a
realistically,
superpower, but it's a power.
it is a
Yeah.
power.
Super
When you-
rich.
When you are that rich, that literally you don't worry about anything, and then you could make suits of armor and fight crime with crazy gadgets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. We could all imagine Elon Musk showing up at a press conference saying, "I am Iron Man." We can all see that happening, right?
No, I don't
Yeah.
think he's got the ability to fight.
No, he could.
Not saying that he would, but I can totally see him just blurting it out.
Oh, yeah.
So
Is he still dating Amber? Amber Heard?
I don't believe so.
no,
He was
that's Johnny
dating
Depp.
Amber Heard.
Johnny
I thought
Depp
it was
is-
Johnny Depp. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Johnny Depp was, and then Elon was afterward. Elon apparently actually
James
paid.
Franco was afterwards.
Yeah. Well, James Franco was a one night stand or something. It said.
It was
I
like
don't know,
she
but
cheated
my
on.
wife-
Like
My
she
wife
was
tells me
still
way
with-
too much about this.
She was still with Johnny.
Yeah, and they were in
And
a
she
fight.
left his house, and it was like right after his mother died, and she cheated on him with James Franco.
I thought it was in Johnny's house.
They
And
were
she
in
changed the locks.
No, they went in the elevator and they were going down and they were making out in the elevator.
Oh, my wife
From the
told me that
penthouse.
like he was at their house, and she changed the locks on Johnny's house while James Franco was over.
Really?
Yeah, and apparently Johnny already hated James Franco.
Who doesn't hate James Franco?
And
And then Elon Musk.
anyone who's
hated
been
her.
with him, that too.
No, I think eventually they just realize that he's a jerk. Even Seth Rogen's like, nah, I don't know anymore. Because didn't he have like an issue too where he was like sending stuff to underage people?
I
Franco?
have no idea.
Yeah.
I don't think it was. No, it wasn't underage. It was more like I think he was part of like a teaching. He was in a teaching role, and he was having relationships with
That
Oh,
sounds
his
familiar.
students.
Yeah.
No, I should say relations, not relationships. Relations.
Mhm.
He's not down for relationships.
No. Because I know he had something. I just don't know what it was.
Yeah.
Ah.
Speaking of James Franco, I watched a movie with James Franco.
Which one?
It's a movie called Kin.
Kin.
I've
You
heard
of
of it.
this? I hadn't heard about it until I watched it.
I think it's on my watch list. I heard about it a few weeks ago, I think.
It's from 2018. It's kind of like a sci-fi where a kid finds a sci-fi weapon from
Yes.
the
I
future.
remember. I didn't know James Franco was in it.
Yeah,
But
he
yes, I
plays
did
the-
see a
he
trailer
plays
and I'm
the-
like, okay, that looks good.
It does look good until you watch it. Not to say like it's bad, but it's more like it's like two brothers. They find this, or the youngest brother finds a weapon, and then their dad gets in trouble. Or no, his brother comes out of home from prison, and then he needs money for James Franco is like the drug dealer, and the brother that was in prison owes James Franco money, and so they go to rob his dad's work, and then his dad ends up dying. And then it's basically these two brothers basically running away from this drug dealer, trying to get away. Meanwhile, the youngest brother has this sci-fi futuristic rifle in his possession the whole time. And the people from the future come back to collect it. And, they're also chasing him. But it's kind of like a brother's road trip. The older brother taking the younger brother like through life, teaching him about life and hard knocks and that kind of stuff. It has really nothing to do with a sci-fi thing unless it's like, oh, we're in trouble. We'll shoot this gun a few times and everyone will leave us alone. But it doesn't quite work out that way.
It's got a pretty big cast.
It does, but it's just like
Dennis Quaid, Franco, Zoe Kravitz, and Michael B. Jordan.
Michael B. Jordan? Oh, yeah. He is.
He's credited as a male cleaner.
Yeah. I can't. If you're gonna watch, I won't spoil it, but yes, technically that is what he is.
He cleans mail.
He cleans mail.
That's
It's a movie.
Killmonger. That's who he is. I'm like, who's Michael B. Jordan? I'm trying to remember who he is.
Yeah, Killmonger.
Creed.
Yeah.
He was great in Creed.
Again, it sounds like a great concept. The effects are cool, but it's just like the movie can't quite decide if it wants to be a road trip movie, a Hard Knocks movie, or a sci-fi movie, and it just kind of like at the end just kind of like throws it all together into a genre pizza or genre pasta or whatever you want to call it, and it's just like doesn't quite mesh together at the end. Just
It's just trying to do too much and not
too much. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pick one thing, pick a lane and stick in it, but that was
I'll
just
remove it off my watch later list.
it's fine, but
You should start a new YouTube channel, Movies According to Josh.
Right?
I'd be like, okay. It would help
I
me
feel
out.
like my descriptions are very bad though.
No, that seemed pretty decent. I would give that like a 7 out of 10 description.
But it needs a cartoon drawn like scenes.
Well,
Well,
That's the
he's
thing it's
voicing
missing.
it over.
Yeah.
like a really poor one, like that.
Thanks
was
for,
it?
like,
thanks for
just 30
volunteering to do that,
seconds.
Derek. Thanks for
Yeah,
volunteering.
yeah. You want me to do that?
Get your kids to do it.
Here,
Can't
child,
understand
draw
anything.
this person shooting this other person.
Draw faster, faster. They just get them to color in Bugs Bunny coloring book and then just add guns and stuff to make it work with what you're talking about.
That's true. I'll
trying
just
to
add the
think
guns in later.
I'm trying to think one of the last movies that I watched.
Also, James
no.
Franco has a mullet in that movie, so it's kind of worth it for that.
He has a mullet always. He wasn't bad in Spring Breakers.
Yeah, he was good in Spring Breakers.
I haven't
liked
seen
him in
that one.
Yeah, Spring Breakers.
It's
wasn't bad.
yeah,
It's not
nothing
like
good.
you have to see it, but it's not bad.
yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
Um,
I watched a
I'm-
ton of movies, so let's just do a round table here.
All right, I'm trying to think.
I watched a bad movie. Well, kind of
Ooh.
bad.
You
I
like
guess
those.
no, it was pretty bad. I gave it a 2.5 stars.
Ooh, that's pretty bad.
Senior Year on Netflix.
Don't know.
I don't even know what that
That's
is.
with what's her name? Rebel Wilson.
Oh, when she gets
She's the
in the coma?
cheerleader. She goes in a coma, wakes up 20 years later, and then
Yeah.
like wants to go back to high school and become the cheerleader again. It's pretty bad. Like
Sounds amazing. We should all
yeah,
watch it.
yeah,
Ooh,
yeah.
watch party. There you go.
It had a couple of laughs, but overall it fell flat.
She's lost a lot of weight though, like a
Yeah, she
crazy
has
amount of weight.
crazy ton amount of weight. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's almost weird watching her because she looks so different, but it's just you're
Yeah.
not used to her.
Yeah.
I would like to say that I watched more. Like I know I touched it on our podcast. I only watched like 30% of the Rescue Ranger movie. But realistically, when Nathan goes to bed, we try to catch up on TV shows. We don't really necessarily watch movies, or I get a little gaming in, and that's really about it. I can tell you I've watched Encanto and Moana like 40 something times. Home, the one with
Purple Alien guy
the
from
dude
Big Bang Theory.
Big Bang Theory and Rihanna. What else? Like just tons of kids movies. I watched The Millers versus the Machine. I know we talked about that in ours,
That's
but I watched that. That was a very good movie. I was not expecting it. I was not expecting to like it as much as I did, and it was very good. I like Danny McBride as a voice actor. He was great as the dad. Like he was great. Like I'm sitting here and I'm like, I could hear him, and I'm expecting him to drop like a cuss or something, just typical Danny McBride, like Eastbound and Down something.
What would he say, Frasier?
No, I'm not gonna. I'm trying. I am really trying to be good. I'm like thinking before I'm speaking, and yeah, I was expecting that, but nothing. But he was great. He was hilarious in it. Really, really good. I'm trying to think what else. This is terrible. Have a kid.
I did watch Rescue Rangers. I did watch that with my kids and my wife.
And did
I
you
liked it
enjoy
a lot. I liked it a lot. Yeah. I mean, it was obviously pandering, but I don't mind. Like, kind of like how Ready Player One was pandering, right?
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of that, like references to everything. And I liked it because it was obvious. Like, I don't know how they did it, how they got rights to all the things from all the different franchises and different companies.
It's because
they
it's
did a
Disney.
good job.
It's
I know, but it wasn't
Disney.
all Disney.
And they're throwing money. Money talks, man.
Yeah.
Realistically, like, so I heard, because this is just all out there, that Batfleck was in it, like Ben Affleck Batman.
Yeah, I heard it
from
was, but I
Batman
didn't see
versus
that
Superman.
part. I didn't notice it. I watched it with kids, so I missed a lot of things.
So he's in it, and everyone's like, "Well, how is he in it? That's DC." And I'm like, "But that's the Snyderverse," and they're saying the Snyderverse doesn't matter anymore. So, right?
Yeah.
If Snyder had the rights to that stuff, and DC kind of dropped it, which they've been doing, they just go to Snyder. They're like, "Hey, we'll give you like $10." He's like, "Oh, $10 sounds good."
I think I told you guys in texting, didn't I? But the only thing I didn't like was the voices of the main two guys. It was just like, I don't dislike them. They just didn't feel like Chip and Dale. But
I got that feeling from the trailer.
Well, it's like it was just like if it was us talking, but it was like Andy Samberg. And
literally,
yeah. But to be fair, if I had a whole movie with all the stuff with them doing chipmunk voices, I think that would annoy me.
Yeah, and I think
I'm being honest, like that would probably annoy the crowd.
They were trying to make it like in the original show. I think they were trying to say like their voices were sped up, right, to make it Chickmonkey. So it's kind of cool. But then there is other characters where, like the Gadget, she has her original real voice, which is Tress MacNeille, the voice actress that does like Dot from Animaniacs. No, from Animaniacs. Yeah.
I'm like, reboot.
Yeah. She does so many voices. She's a very popular voice actress, especially with Disney and Warner Brothers stuff. But there was some people in there that was just like, really? Okay, all right.
Yeah.
I heard Ugly Sonic is in there, and I'm super
Ugly
excited
Sonic
to
is
see
in
that.
The teeth. And I love that he was credited as Ugly Sonic.
I can't wait to see those teeth.
There's so many people. I'm looking at the credits now. I'm like, oh, that's who that was. Oh, okay.
I still haven't even seen Sonic yet.
Oh, you're missing out. It's good.
One or
first
two.
one or the second one?
They're both
really.
Yeah. All right, watch party.
Well, no, I have. I'm able to watch them. It's just my brother was like, I want to watch them with Nathan when he's older, and I'm like, oh, okay, kind of. I can understand that, but I'm like, maybe I'll hold off, and it'll be like me and Nathan watching it for the very first time together, like a father-son bonding moment. I don't know.
Watch it with him now.
He's buddy. He just barely sits still for 5 seconds.
Like neither do you.
I do. Look, I'm not moving. There. No, but like if I'm watching a movie, I'll chill. I can watch a movie. you know,
You should just
even
watch it. It's fine.
he'll watch it, but then it's like I'm gonna walk over
But
here
By the
and
time
watch
he's ready
the
to watch
TV.
movies, there'll be other things to watch, and he
True.
can still watch it.
Oh yeah, very true.
Yeah.
But I heard it was good. My brother really liked it. And
Yeah,
then
they're both pretty
Idris Elba is sexy Knuckles.
It works so well. He works
Yeah.
so well as Knuckles. It's hard to believe that, but yeah.
I like
I mean,
Idris Elba.
Idris
so,
Elba is pretty amazing in most things, but
yeah.
he's not what I consider like first when I think voice actor.
Did you watch the Idris Elba Hot Ones?
Yes.
His is very good. He's
Yeah.
very smart, man.
Yeah, I don't know anything he's in except Sonic.
Suicide Squad.
Yeah, I haven't seen
The
it
new
yet.
Suicide Squad, which was much better.
I haven't watched it yet.
It's good. I really like. I liked. See, Suicide Squad is one of my favorite comics, and like the whole point of Suicide Squad is like almost every comic, it's a new group, right? You have
Okay.
a couple people that stay, but it's just you can have a group of like 40 people, or not 40, but like 15 people in the comic, and then the next comic there's only 3, and it's like none of them are from the original one because they're just
Gotcha.
they just
Keep dying and
that's what it is, and I like that. It's very like.
keeps it fresh.
Yeah, it does. And like, and then you find the characters that people like and they stay, like Harley Quinn stays, Deadshot stays, stuff like that.
Derek, you would know him from the Thor movies. He's
Heimdall.
Heimdall, the guy that opens the
Gatekeeper.
door.
Oh, his eyes. Like
Yeah,
they have different
he can
colored
see
eyes.
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's got the sword. But he's
Okay.
dead
If you want the best thing that Idris Elba has been in, I would say it's Luther. BBC series Luther.
Oh, that was on my list.
Fantastic series. And the seasons are short. They're like season 1's like 4 episodes.
Yeah, you told me this before.
And then like season 3 is like 2 episodes. Like
I
they're
think that's already on my Plex. I'm pretty sure.
they're short, but they're super good. They're dark though. They're very dark.
No, but I like him, so I'd have to give that a watch too.
Oh, he was in 28 Weeks Later too, eh?
Really?
28 weeks
Yeah.
later?
Yeah, 28
Really?
weeks later. Yeah.
I
I
don't
haven't
even
seen it in a long
remember the
time.
sequel.
So
My 28 Days Later is better. I just know that.
well,
I remember
yeah,
watching.
but
I remember watching both, but
I remember blowing my mind remembering that like Jeremy Renner was in 28 weeks later.
Yeah.
I don't remember Idris Elba, but I guess I watched that before I was really aware of him. So
that's actually kind of fun though. Sometimes like
I
if
love
you-
going back to old movies. And
Yeah,
seeing
and you
people-
watch old movies and you're like, oh my god, that's like so and so now who's like everywhere.
Yeah. Do that honestly. Watch Band of Brothers, and you'll see a whole bunch of young guys starting out. Like you'll see a super young Tom Hardy, like before he was anybody.
See, I love that though. I really enjoy that.
It's even like Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Have any of you seen Studio 666?
Not yet. It's on my Plex, and I need to watch it.
That's the Dave Grohl, the Foo Fighters horror movie.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I haven't seen
Miles?
it, but no, yeah.
Miles saw it and he said it was ridiculously good.
Yeah, eh?
I really want to watch it.
I heard it's ridiculously
don't
stupid, but also
Do
good.
horror.
No, but it's like it's
comedy
like
stupid
horror.
horror.
It's comedy
that's
horror,
the thing.
like-
It's them.
but it's like the horror
Like
aspects are good.
Tucker and Dale comedy horror.
Probably.
Yeah, Miles said that like the horror stuff was horror, but the funny stuff was funny. So it wasn't like
It's not slapsticky, probably like Tucker.
I would
like Tucker
say
and
I
Dale,
would
but-
say I would say Tucker and Dale are like maybe like a Sam Raimi-esque kind of horror, you know, where it's like it
I think
can
they're
be
being
gory.
self-aware. They're very
Yeah.
self-aware of what they're
Yeah.
doing. So
Did you
There's
hear?
stuff to watch?
Did you hear who passed away today?
Yeah,
did.
Yeah, I just did.
Yeah. That's sad, man. Ray Liotta.
gotta watch some Goodfellas now.
some good fellas, yeah.
Someone's already making
Watch
that
B
joke.
movie.
Someone's already making that joke.
What do you
It's
mean?
like rest in peace, Ray Liotta. He was a really good fella.
Oh.
And I'm like, come on, man. The dude, like it
no,
literally
it's
just
perfect.
happened.
It's perfect.
It does work, but yeah, it's sad, man.
On
I can
B
already hear
movie.
him laughing that way.
On B movie, Jerry Seinfeld says he's not a good fella. He's a bad fella.
Yeah.
That was such the animation that was so bad in B movie. I remember
love
not
the B
liking the
movie.
animation, but I didn't mind Jerry Seinfeld.
My wife loves Jerry Seinfeld, so she loves that movie. She's
You know
watched
what?
it more times than my kids have.
You want to know something funny? I don't enjoy Seinfeld, like the show, but
How dare you?
I like
Weird.
Curb Your Enthusiasm, and I like Celebrities in Cars Getting Coffee.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Mhm.
I've watched.
Comedians, yeah.
Comedians. I've watched every episode of that.
Yeah,
Well,
me
it's not.
too.
Is it just comedians? Because he had Obama.
Comedians
on it,
in
didn't
cars getting coffee. That's what it's called.
he?
Right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I've
He's a
enjoyed that.
comedian, so it works.
everyone's a comedian.
Obama is a comedian.
Well, no, but Jerry
Yeah.
Seinfeld's the comedian, so
Yeah.
he's the comedian in Curb.
But I really enjoyed that. And Curb Your Enthusiasm. I couldn't get into Seinfeld. I guess because everybody liked it. It was one of those things where it's like, you got to watch it. It's hilarious.
When did
And
you
then just-
actually
You're the
watch?
counterculturist.
Not necessarily, but like people would tell me episodes to watch. Like, I know this is like such doesn't compare, but you know that movie This Is the End with Franco, Seth Rollins. Everyone's like, this movie's hilarious. You got to watch it. You're gonna love it. It's
yeah.
freaking. And then I watched it. I'm like, it was good, but you
I
guys
didn't like. I didn't
you
like that
really
movie at
sold it
all.
I never
way
watched
too
it.
much.
Yeah, I didn't. Like
I remember
Yeah,
thinking it
my
was
list.
okay, but I haven't seen it probably since it
Like-
came out.
Good. It wasn't like, oh my god.
I think the
Yeah.
funniest part was Channing Tatum.
Yeah,
Channing Tatum.
yeah.
Them.
Channing Tatum was pretty good,
haven't seen it.
but that's what it is.
You know,
It's like
it's
I think it was just overhyped for me.
Yeah.
Like
But Seinfeld, if you just watch it to watch it, I think you can still definitely enjoy it without the hype. But I don't know if starting from season 1 is the best or not.
No,
right?
you gotta go like season 3, probably.
Season 3 is when it finds its
it gets
finds
its
its
footing.
stride.
Yeah.
And it makes sense. The actors like that show seems to rely on them having the relationship or the communication with each other that way.
Mhm.
And inside jokes too, right?
Yeah.
Well, it's on Netflix now, isn't it?
Was
Or no,
I don't
yes,
know if it
Friends.
still is.
It's
No,
still-
Friends is gone.
Friends is gone.
Oh, okay.
That was another show I couldn't watch.
My wife is finally watching Seinfeld. After years of me telling her to watch it, she continually goes from like The Office to How I Met Your Mother to Friends to just as the
Right
cycle.
back to The Office again.
Yeah. So I was
Office
like,
is good though.
it is, but I was just like, you got to try Seinfeld. You got it. Like it's a classic. You just try it, and it took her like months and months to just like she tried to get through the first couple seasons, and she's just like, I'm not getting it. Like it's kind of funny, but it's not. Anyways, now she's into like season 6, 7. She's like, I can't stop watching it. It's so funny. So
I believe it's all
Okay.
on my Plex, Fraser.
yeah, it's on Netflix too.
So I will maybe start it. I'll actually look it up and I'll see when the perfect season to start Seinfeld is, and then I'll give it a start from there. I'll actually give it a good old college try and see what I can do, because I've never actually watched it like a full season. I've watched like episodes as they've aired, but it's never
Yeah.
been in like anything like that. But like you just mentioned How I Met Your Mother, that show had moments when it was good, but the ending
Mhm.
was garbage.
I never watched to the
That's
end.
most
It was
shows.
okay. It was okay.
It's
I
not
like
like
the show.
the show had like the show was good, but I felt that the ending they're just like, oh, okay, what are we gonna do?
We got to
That's
wrap
what they-
this up.
Yeah, pretty much. And the ending was just butt. It was not good. Are you gonna watch it, Derek? Because I'll
What,
tell you who the mother
The
is.
ending?
Right
No,
now.
I never will.
I'll tell you who the mother is right now.
But what about people
It's
listening?
It's James Franco.
He's the mother and the father.
Spoilers.
Figure it out.
And then they did another one. Is like How I Met Your Father.
That's
or
just
something
starting,
like that.
isn't it?
Just up, yeah. It's
Yeah, we
Yeah.
watched like the first 2 episodes, and I'm like, yeah, but I'm sure it takes time. You got to
It'll
give it
take
more
time,
time. Yeah,
You know
the
what the problem
pilot's
is, though?
never good, right?
yeah.
If you enjoyed How I Met Your Mother and then you're trying to compare it to How I Met Your Father, it's going to change your choice, your perspective of it.
Yeah.
It's the same with me in like Boy Meets World. That was a show I grew up with. I loved Boy Meets World. I
Yeah.
mainly loved Topanga. That's all I'm going to say. And then I'm like, oh, you know what? I'll try watching Girl Meets World just to see.
I didn't even know there was one.
Yeah, it
no,
wasn't
it's-
terrible, but it was like
It wasn't the same humor as what we had when we watched it.
maybe we were just dumber.
2014.
Yeah.
Maybe could be that.
You're
But-
easily amused.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But I watched. I remember that show, and even like Fresh Prince, like hitting some really, I thought was like hard topics at the time.
Oh yeah.
I find shows now kind of don't.
But you can't. You get in trouble now.
Yeah. Well,
You
no,
get
I found
canceled.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine like talked a little about COVID, but then they also talked about the policing issue.
Yeah, didn't they have to change networks because they kept getting canceled?
No,
Mhm.
I don't. I
Yeah.
just think I just think they weren't renewed, and then when they finally finished their season, they're like, we're gonna do what we want, and because they had like a bit of it right about the crooked cops and the
Yeah.
what's his name? What's that guy's name? He was in Scrubs, which is a great show, by the way. The doctor.
Dr.
Yeah, there's,
Cox?
there's barely any
Dr.
doctors
Cox.
in-
No, Dr. Cox, but he was also the lawyer for the crooked cops. We're gonna go get a few breakfast beers. Like, and I'm like, oh, I love him and Scrubs. And
he's
stuff. So
he's good. He's a good actor. John C.
Yeah.
Riley, not John C. Riley.
John C.
John
Riley.
John
C.
McGillney
McGilley.
or
yeah,
McGilley?
no, John
McGinley,
C. Riley. It's
Yeah,
John C.
McGinley.
Riley. Oh my god. But yeah, like that show would have been completely different if it was
John
C.
Cena Riley.
John Cena.
There you go.
Have you? So I saw 2 new trailers for 2 new Netflix shows coming out. One's a movie, one's a show.
Okay.
Have anybody watched the new trailer for the show called Man vs. Bee?
No.
No,
Man
versus Bee.
Bee.
It's Rowan Atkinson.
Oh,
And-
Oh,
Yeah, and
I'm in.
and it's basically he's a house sitter, and I guess a bee gets into the house, and it's like a total disaster. Almost like
Seriously?
what's
That
the old
sounds
movie Mouse Hunt, where they like tear
good.
the house up trying to find the
Yeah,
mouse? I think
yeah,
it's the same
yeah.
concept, but it's Rowan
is
Atkinson.
this a
and
show
bee.
or is this the
it's
show?
going
or
to be
the
a
movie?
series? It's a series
on Netflix.
On Netflix.
Oh, Chris.
yeah, it looks good. It looks
Oh my
really
god.
good. And it's- yeah, and it's Rowan
The
Atkinson.
trailer's
Atkinson.
playing. I just saw a flamethrower.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna not watch this trailer. I'm gonna watch that with Ashley because she loves him as well. So
Yeah. Well, and I think the kids will
He's
like
so
it. Like I
good.
showed it to Ellis, and he looks like he wants to watch it. So
he is awesome. So
Yeah.
he is
Yeah.
one of my favorite movies to date. Still is Rat Race, mainly because of him.
No,
It's
I
an
know.
ace. Yeah.
It's a race.
I
I'm
love
winning.
it. I love it. Yeah. Rat Race is actually good in general. I mean, it has
Yeah.
moments, but it's
Great
pretty
cast
good. I
though.
like it.
John Cleese.
Yeah. Everybody. Just everybody in that.
So what was the movie? Sorry,
the movie is The Gray Man.
I think
So-
the Day Man.
So
Oh.
it's Ryan Gosling and Chris Evans, and it's like a big giant action movie. I think Ryan Gosling's like some sort of like secret agent dude that they bring in to like try to take people out, and then they're trying to take him out. Chris Evans is now. Like it's a spy type thriller movie. But it's the same director that did Infinity Wars, Endgame, Civil War, Captain America. So it's probably gonna have that vibe to it.
Oh, and the girl that's in it, that Anna de
Anna de
Armas?
Armas.
Yeah,
Anna de
she was
Armas, yeah.
she was in Knives Out, and she was amazing in Knives Out.
Mm-hmm.
She's also very pretty in the eyes.
Which
Hey,
one was she in Knives Out?
She was the one that puked
She was the
whenever she
maid.
lied.
Oh, okay, yeah,
But so is
Yeah.
Ryan Gosling and Chris Evans. This is going to be an interesting movie. That's all I'm saying.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah. It looks good too. So I suggest watching that trailer.
Sweet.
Hmm.
I've added them both to my watch list on Netflix.
Yeah, because I need a more of a watch list.
You do.
My Netflix watch or my IMDb watch list is 993 items.
Yikes.
That's a few.
And that's
Just a
after
few.
I removed ones that finished downloading. You know, like 50 of
Just
them.
ask me. Let's go through them, and I'll tell you. Which
Yeah,
ones
yeah,
to cut.
I'm definitely going to have to show these to Ashley. The only trailers I watched we already talked about is the Incredible Hulk, or not Incredible Hulk, She-Hulk.
Yeah, that looks
Yeah.
good too.
I haven't even seen the trailer for
Other
that.
her
than we
face.
talked about her face.
Yeah.
Where did we talk? Oh, you guys talked about it in your podcast.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah,
I'm like, why
Oh,
do we have
yeah.
this conversation already?
Because she's got the eye. She's like got like the ugly Sonic teeth, but it's her eyes. Something's just off with her eyes. And then I just watched the trailer, and Chris already said about Umbrella Academy 3, season 3.
Mm.
Umbrella Academy is so good.
Mm-hmm. I'm
It's
sure it is.
really
I
good.
want it to be good. I just feel like it was going like nowhere. Was it not?
No, it's
Dragging
good.
on. Okay.
though the
No.
end of season 2 was really good.
Yeah.
Hmm.
You got to give it. Okay, I'll give Seinfeld a chance if you give Umbrella Academy a chance.
I've already watched all of Umbrella Academy. I'm just
There
telling
we
you.
go. Then
I
shut
felt
your
like-
mouth.
What? You got to watch Seinfeld.
So you say
now.
yes. So you just say yes.
You know what? Okay, you got to give me at least a year, and then I'll come back on. I'll do an episode with you guys,
I'll give
and
you
I
a
will give
month.
you. I will give you my honest opinion about Seinfeld.
I just want you to
I
pick
will
a
watch-
random episode in season 3 to try out. That's all I ask.
I will watch the whole thing, start to
Watch,
finish.
yeah, I would say
I don't
start
want
just start
short
at season
form
3 and
either,
go from
though.
there. Honestly, if you want to see like early Seinfeld, like after you're kind of into it, go back and watch the early stuff and be like, wow, how did this show get off the ground?
You know what it is? I'm assuming it's going to be like Simpsons, right? Like Simpsons, you don't watch season 1.
Yeah.
Or 2.
Actually, yeah, I just Googled it. The 3rd season of Seinfeld is the best season to start when you're watching Seinfeld.
Yep,
So you were
there you
right.
go. See,
It's pretty much how it goes with a lot of these shows that went for a lot of seasons. It's because we talked about that with you guys talked about that with Simpsons on your podcast, and then Rocket Sauce chimed in as well.
Yep.
well, it's even the same. Like, even like The Office, like the U.S. Office, it wasn't until like season 2 or season 3 before it got good
Or-
because it found its own legs.
Or this
Mhm.
podcast, right?
We still haven't found our own legs yet.
But I
We're
mean,
still-
don't listen to season 1.
Then why didn't you tell me that earlier? I'm sitting here listening to season 1 like a sucker.
So you're listening to it in air date, right? So you don't have a choice.
Buddy, I am here right now in this podcast and I'm going to listen to it again. That's how dedicated I am to your
We're
show.
doing it live.
Like I said, I'm into your podcast. I've really got into Retro Fandango.
Hmm.
I really enjoy their podcast. Too much Star Trek talk for my liking, but that is
They
generally kind of save that. They kind of do that towards the end, which is fine. And then a couple of like variants podcasts, but so I enjoy listening. And I'm going to listen to it even though I'm on it.
Good.
And I'm experiencing it live.
I just
Have
finished
any of
listening
you
to our
watched
one episode.
the Uncharted movie?
Not
Okay, I have not watched it. I saw it on your Plex.
Yeah.
I love the Uncharted games.
Mhm.
I love what's his name, Nolan North.
Yeah.
As Drake. I
Nathan
heard they
Drake.
gave him a role in it as like Nathan Drake, but like not as Nathan Drake, but they gave him like a role
part,
in it,
yeah.
which is awesome. I don't know how I feel, not necessarily about Tom Holland as Nathan Drake, about Mark Wahlberg as Sully.
Yeah.
That's like I could deal with Tom Holland as Drake. I haven't seen it yet, but Mark Wahlberg as Sully without a mustache, which is what Sully
That's
is
his
like-
thing, right?
that's his thing. And I'm like, it's like, nah, I'm gonna be buff, and this character's not, and I'm not gonna have a mustache. I'm Mark Wahlberg.
I have
but
not
so
played an
that-
Uncharted game.
That's the only thing I haven't. The only thing stopping me is because like I really liked like the games themselves,
Yeah.
and I played through them all, and I just don't want like this movie to tarnish it.
I will say your opinion is probably correct, and you may want to stay that way.
Okay.
It's good. Like I've played the first Uncharted and not the rest of them yet. This one
The
is
first one is the worst one.
that's all again. I've heard that as well.
Probably the only one I tried at all.
This one is like, but I know about what happens in the other games, like all
Mhm.
like the big set pieces. It's kind of hard to avoid those. They're
Yeah.
kinda everywhere. This movie hits on all those set pieces, and well, not all of them, but like the big ones that you like. When you think Uncharted, what do you think of? Guy falling
just-
out of plane,
Yeah.
climbing cargo nets.
And going for treasure and shooting guns.
Exactly, and that's basically what this is.
It's
But
just a big
same thing.
cutscene.
I think it was miscast. I know they Mark Wahlberg was originally in the role as Nathan Drake, and eventually aged out of it to the point that he got put into Sully's role. I think they should have just kept it, and they should have just kept Mark Wahlberg as Nathan Drake.
Nathan,
they wanted-
Fillion.
He would be a better
Nathan
Drake.
Fillion.
I thought
Absolutely.
Nathan
Or
Fillion.
Fillion, yeah.
Yeah.
Nathan
agreed.
Fillion, and I also felt that
He almost
Bruce
aged out too,
Campbell.
though.
And I know you don't like Bruce
Oh.
Campbell, but Bruce Campbell as
I
Sully.
love Bruce
I would
Campbell.
have been
As
fine with
Sully,
that,
yes.
Yeah, he could have pulled it because Sully was just that charismatic old man, and I think
Have you ever
Bruce
seen
Campbell could have pulled that off.
Burn Notice?
Mm-hmm. That's
Bruce
a great
Campbell
show.
in that. He was kind of
So
a
good.
helper guy in that.
Yeah.
But
No,
it's the same-
It was a campy show, but it was a good show. Yeah.
Yes.
but it's the same. It's the same reason why like I never watched the M. Night Shyamalan version of Avatar: The Last Airbender. Loved the show.
Yeah.
Love the
I also heard
animation.
that movie was also a train wreck. So
And like I loved the first like Avatar Last Airbender, and I also loved the Legend of Korra. I have them on Blu-ray. I have them on DVD. I just really liked it. It was a really cool idea for a show. And then I'm like, oh, the movie's coming out. And then I'm like, oh, it's M. Night Shyamalan. And I didn't watch it. And then when I saw its Rotten Tomatoes score, I'm like, oh. And maybe
Ooh,
one day
dodgeable.
when I'm like really, 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 really like hammered, I'll watch it. And then that won't matter.
And then your opinion will be invalid.
Or maybe I'll just do like a solo podcast. Like, this movie sucks.
And the internet will reply with, "Yeah, we know."
We saw this how long ago?
Yeah, welcome to 10 years ago.
They got 5% on Rotten Tomatoes.
That sounds generous.
5%. That's insane.
Speaking of Nolan North, have you ever seen Con Man?
No.
Oh my God, why wasn't I prepared for this? It was a TV show about going to comic book conventions with Alan Tudyk, but
Wow, Alan
Nolan
Tudyk.
North is a big part of it. Like he's is basically Nathan Fillion and Nolan North are Alan Tudyk's two best friends on the show, basically.
Sounds familiar.
It started
Two
as an
seasons, it looked
Indiegogo
like.
campaign. So they funded it on Indiegogo first for season 1 or most of season 1 or something like that. And then season 2 was just some TV station, I think, that funded it.
This
I can't
is
remember.
awesome.
It's pretty good.
I'm always going to say that Nolan North always looks like he's got a poop. Like some of the pictures of the monkey's always like,
Yeah, you got to
always-
watch him in this show. He's definitely having fun with the role.
I watched, I think it was an IGN video when they were talking about him and like the man of 1,000 voices.
Mhm.
And like he did a couple voices that were his. And I didn't know they were his. Like he was Hades in God of War, which I didn't
Yeah.
know. And then he also started doing like voices from other shows. Like, oh, we'll just want to see if you could do it. And he was doing a
Oh,
decent
yeah.
job. Even his version of Mario was pretty good. Like
Oh,
it was obviously
fun.
not like it was close, but it was never like no one's ever going to
Sure.
really, unless it's Chris Pratt. But
You mean Charles Martinet?
no, it's Chris Pratt. Chris Pratt is
Yeah.
the Supreme Mario.
Yes.
But he also did a version where they're like, I need you to try doing Peppy from Star Fox. Do a barrel roll. Is it Peppy? I think
Uh,
it
It
is.
is, yeah.
Yeah, Peppy.
I get
and-
what you mean.
Yeah.
The guys were like, do a barrel roll, do a barrel roll. And then he ended up just, Nolan North did an impression of the guy doing an impression of Peppy, but his impression was like spot on. Like it literally was able to mimic that guy's voice. He's like, I don't know who this character is, but he's mimicking the other guy doing the impression. Like he's crazy good.
It's very
So
fun.
Nolan North and Troy Baker had a YouTube show called Retro Replay where they just went through and played old video games and stuff sitting on the couch.
Because he
And-
took over, right?
I think it's just Nolan now. I'm just seeing that from Google
Yeah.
search results. But Nolan, I thought, also brought his son on as well. But either way, just go back and watch the old episodes. It's
Because
been
Troy
on since
Baker-
2018.
What other voices is because Troy Baker didn't he do the Batman like the last of the he did, I think. He was like in the last Batman video game. He was Joker
Arkham
and
series?
yeah, he was Joker and Batman, I believe.
I thought Mark Hamill was the Joker.
No, in the last game, he didn't want to do it.
Oh, okay.
The Joker puts like a huge strain on his voice.
Yeah.
Like if you ever
Trying to find Batman the Long Hill. No, that's something else. Some short.
I think it was. I
Dead
think
Air.
it was a game. It's not Dead Air. We're talking.
There's a couple
It-
TV shows in here. Lego Batman. He did Batman.
He did Batman. Really?
Lego
was it?
DC Batman Family Matters.
Oh, okay. I was gonna
Is
say
that a
Lego
TV
Batman
show?
is.
Oh
it's
yeah,
a
he did
movie.
Arkham
Yeah.
City.
I'm still. I'm in
Yeah,
2019.
he
still.
did
There's
Batman.
too
I'm
many
in
here.
20. I'm in
His
20.
Arkham
credits are
City is
too
the second
long.
game.
He did Arkham City. He was Tim Drake, Robin, Two-Face, Nightwing, and then he must have done another one. I swear he did another one. I could be wrong. It's happened more times than I would like to
You're wrong.
admit. I'm generally
You're
wrong.
wrong.
At least I
Batman
at least I
Enemy
can.
Within. He did Batman, Bruce Wayne, and Goon 3.
He was Batman Bruce Wayne and Thomas Wayne in Batman Telltale. He was Sam Drake in Uncharted 4.
Arkham VR, he did Robin.
Man, he's been in a lot.
Batman Telltale, yeah, you just said that.
So maybe
Arkham
not. Maybe I was
Underworld.
wrong. But regardless of which, he's a good voice actor too.
Yeah, definitely. They're both in freaking everything.
So, and going back to Uncharted before I forget, if you ever did want to play the Uncharted game, play the one on PlayStation, the Nathan Drake collection, because what they did was the issues that were with number 1, which the main thing was the aim mechanics, like the shooting mechanics.
Yeah.
They fixed it. And they put the better mechanics from 2 and 3, and they redid 1 with those mechanics.
Oh, okay.
So it makes 1 extremely playable.
And you can play it on like the easy mode where it's just like you're watching a movie but playing it.
You can just put a rubber band on the controller going forward.
Pretty much.
It plays it for you.
Yeah, and then the best part is when you finish those ones and you start playing Uncharted 4, you get to play Crash Bandicoot inside Uncharted 4.
Yeah, there you go.
Don't worry, don't go to your shelf and pull out Crash Bandicoot. You can play it on Uncharted 4.
That's exactly what I want to do.
But those, actually, talking about the Telltale series too, the Uncharted series was one of the few games that actually sat and watched me play. And the Telltale Walking Dead.
Okay.
She watched me play both of those. I still haven't finished it. I have the full thing, like
Yeah, definitive collection.
definitive.
Whatever.
I still haven't finished it. I haven't even played the last season.
How dare you?
I know.
I haven't played any of them, so I can't really complain.
Yeah. No.
Have you played them, right, Hodge?
Don't look at me like
What I played the first one.
That's it?
Yep. And I haven't even beat it yet.
Too many games, right?
Too many games.
Pretty much. I'm kind of like Derek, where I'll play a game, I'll play it for quite a while or a little bit, and then I'm like, okay, put this on the shelf. Let's try the next one.
Yep.
I mean, unless I'm on the Cartridge Club like Game of the Month where I know I want to beat it, or if it's a short game, I'll beat it. But I don't know. My attention span's not there.
Isn't there a game that you go back to though?
Will I go back to it?
Isn't there a game that you constantly go back to and play?
I don't like. There's NES stuff I always go back to and play. Sure.
But nothing current?
Like current gen games? No.
Not sports games.
No, I don't think so. I mean, I'd like to get back into Overwatch again. I think that would be fun.
They changed it a lot.
Yeah.
A lot. They changed a lot of the mechanics.
Like
every
I'd
now and
probably
then,
play it and then I'd be like, what the hell am I playing?
every now and then. No, it's still the same, but they changed like guys' supers and guys' moves and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Every now and then I'll throw it in to play it, but they have changed it.
I know you told me I should get Diablo 3, but I still haven't done that yet either.
Diablo 3 is fun. It's old. It's such an old game, but I have it on the Switch and it's fun. Like nothing's more fun than like
To
my
me,
brother
Diablo seems like a kind of game that's just too much time investment.
No, you get a level 70 run you through, and then you're level 70. Then you don't have that investment. You literally can just
It
start.
sounds
doing
like
end of
4
game
hours at least, right there.
Not even. My brother took me from 1 to 70 in like an hour.
I don't have an hour.
You know what you do?
Right, Hodge?
You do.
Yeah. You know what I want to do? And I was listening to not the most recent one, but the episode before that of the Weekend Rental. And they were talking about playing, I think it's called Ark on Game Pass on the Xbox.
Yeah.
And I would love to play something like that. It doesn't have to be that game. But like, remember when we played 7 Days to Die? I mean, it was pretty buggy.
But we also tried that other one, the Stranded game, right?
Yeah, like I want to play a game in a group, like even the 4 of us or something, where it's a survival game of some sort, and play it
Rust.
like
Well, Valheim.
Rust
we
or
started doing
Valheim,
that.
or something like that. I miss doing that.
I started playing No Man's Sky.
Did you? Yeah, but
Yeah.
that's not multiplayer though, right?
Yeah, it is. Yep.
Oh, really? Oh, okay,
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Yeah.
I heard that game was no guy by.
It was
It was.
it was no good at the beginning. They, promised the world and delivered a small set of those features, but since then they've delivered on, I think, almost everything they said they were going to do in the first place.
Okay.
But that's the game I put the most amount of time in, and I think in the last 2 months I've played it for 12 hours total.
Mm.
I
Like
think
we need to pick a night.
if
and
you
just
do
play
Ark,
games.
If you do Arc, I think it's cross-platform PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox, and it was the free PlayStation game like 3 months ago, so I have it in my library.
Do Arc. I don't do PlayStation games, but let me see if I.
If it's
No, but
cross-platform, you
It's
can play it on
it's PC, Xbox.
Yeah. That's I need to see if I already own it. That's the biggest thing. I think I did on Epic.
Maybe Epic gave it away.
I think I might have.
I could see them doing that.
You gotta go fight dinosaurs.
Yeah, exactly. It's supposed to be really fun.
Dinosaurs. Are you excited
Actually, there
for
was
Mario
another.
versus the dinosaurs in Jurassic Park?
Oh,
yeah.
I
That's
haven't
coming
even
out.
seen the second one yet.
I didn't.
It
Like
wasn't great. They're stupid popcorn movies, and I like them just for that. So
Yeah.
You know what? There's a couple things that hit me in the Jurassic Park, the second one, Jurassic World, the
Mhm.
second one. Like there's certain things that happen, and then they played the old Jurassic Park song when something was happening, and they do it just because they know it's going to hit you
Yep.
in a certain
Yep.
way,
Yep, absolutely.
and that was good. I think I'm oversaturated with Chris Pratt right now.
He is everywhere.
Like, I liked him as Star-Lord. I still don't mind him as Star-Lord.
Mhm.
I think that's probably some of the better stuff. Like in terms of the newer stuff, like he was good in Parks and Rec.
Yeah, but he was still
But like-
nobody back then.
I never
Yeah.
really got into that show.
Huh?
Never really got into that show. I could not.
Parks and Rec wasn't bad.
I
That's
tried.
another one you got to start like season 3.
Yeah. But like I think I'm done. I'm kind of done with Chris Pratt. And then as soon as I heard that he got announced as Mario, like, come on. You
It's like
have
they
the
weren't even
perfect,
trying. They weren't even
you have the
trying.
perfect voice actor for Mario. And he
Yeah.
would have done it. You know he would have done it. He would have been half the goddamn movie.
Well, it's just
Is that
like
a cuss?
recasting Buzz Lightyear, right? Like
Yeah, who's doing his voice?
Chris Pratt.
It's-
Oh, he is. Oh, I didn't know
It's
that.
Chris
Oh,
Evans.
geez.
It's Chris Evans,
Jesus.
Is
isn't
it
it?
Chris Evans? I thought
Yeah,
it
it's
was
Chris
Pratt,
Evans.
yeah.
But the only reason they said it's different is because this is like what Buzz Lightyear is supposed to be based off of. This is like the telling of the real esque
the
person.
show that the
The
toy is
real
based on.
The
kind of
toy.
thing?
Yeah.
And like what they're doing is this is him like right at the beginning, and then as he gets older, what the writer was saying is that his voice he's like this is right when he starts, and then as he gets older, his voice will like it changes to be more like a Tim Allen esque. So that's what they're saying, but
Sounds like they're just trying to retcon this.
yeah, I don't have a problem with Chris Evans. Like, is it just I'm fine with Chris Evans. If it was Chris Pratt, I'd be like, I'm done. I'm gonna make a new podcast called I'm Done with Chris Pratt. And it's just gonna be a 3-hour episode every time with just me saying I'm done with Chris Pratt, man. Like he was good in the original Jurassic World, like the first one. He was good in that.
Mhm.
Yeah, I didn't mind that. Yeah.
And was it Bryce Dallas
Howard. Yeah.
Yeah, see Hodge the eyebrows.
Except for when she was running in the heels.
But she did it though. She did it live too on a talk show. And they're like, you can't do that. And she actually did it.
Yeah.
Just because we can barely run in our regular shoes doesn't mean she can't do it in high heels.
Yeah, see.
But yeah, I liked her. And I liked the episode she did when she directed the Mandalorian.
Mm-hmm.
I think she's very good. So we'll see
I
what the new one has.
I did finish Book of Boba Fett finally.
Oh, did you? Nice.
I never
Finally.
started it yet.
Do you mean the Book of Mando?
The Book of Mando. Yeah, I'm fine with it. To be honest, like I don't know if they're gonna make a season 2 of Boba Fett.
I don't think they should.
I don't think they will.
I think when it's
I'm more interested in Mandalorian than I am Boba Fett.
2023 February.
I think this was what a limited
Limited
series, right? It's the same with the Obi-Wan.
Yeah,
Obi-Wan
it's
is limited.
probably
That's
like
coming out
one
in like
and done.
3 days. It'll be
It's
out by the time
tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow.
Yeah,
It
okay.
is tomorrow.
Yeah, that'll be up by the time this episode comes out. You can go watch it.
We can all say hello there. Hello there.
Hello there.
But what I heard is if this does well, then a Darth Vader show is getting a limited series show as well.
Unlimited?
Unlimited. Sorry, a limited.
Unlimited power.
I would do it. Do it now.
Make one episode a day for the rest of time.
I'd be fine with a Darth Vader show, like him in his
That'd be cool.
prime, going around like just wrecking house.
Yeah,
But
it's been a while. Like, I don't think we've ever had like a villain show, right?
I would
I'm sure
totally be.
there is one.
I would be down with that. I would.
Yeah.
I would. Come on, I think it'd be good. And then they just announced Endor too. They had the trailer. They released the trailer for Endor
Oh, I haven't
because
seen that one yet.
tomorrow
Too much
is
Star Wars for me.
tomorrow is the 25th, I think.
I still haven't even watched Rogue One.
Today's the 26th. Tomorrow's the 27th.
No, the
You
25th
should watch
anniversary.
Rogue One.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Of
that's
A
what
New
everybody
Hope.
says.
I believe. I believe it's the 25th.
I thought you said
anniversary.
leave.
Leave.
No,
I can kick him. Hold on,
No.
one sec.
You
If you do, I won't be
Oh.
back.
May 25th. Sorry, is the anniversary of the A New Hope.
That was yesterday.
May the 4th.
That was
Yesterday.
yesterday. Yeah.
May the 4th.
I don't have a problem with Star Wars. Like I said, I'm not a huge Star Wars fan, but this new Star Wars content is very good. And Rogue One is a great.
Yes,
movie.
Rogue One is great.
It's my favorite Star Wars movie.
I've always said that, like, ever since they started doing like these new Star Wars stuff, they were trying to copy the old Star Wars, right? Like they were trying to like
Oh, completely.
continue that trend, same genre, same storytelling types, same tropes, that kind of stuff. And when they started doing it, I've said I would love to see Star Wars, but then have directors take it in different genres. Like do a heist movie, do a noir Star Wars, do a comedy Star Wars, do a, switch it up. Everything in the Star Wars universe, but like different, not always just about Star Wars. Just put it in the Star Wars universe and make it a genre film. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you know what it is? It's
Do a cyberpunk.
well,
Star Wars.
they kind of did have a little cyberpunk in Book of Boba Fett with those modders, right?
Yeah.
But I think that's what these shows are. It's kind of like touching on a little bit of everything because, like,
Well, Mandalorian especially did that.
well, you know what it is? It does get tiring sometimes of just Jedi and Sith. I like that they're showing more of the Mandalorians, and it's more of like a Western-esque kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I would love to see a comedy or like kind of like a reality show, kind of like where it's like The Office, but it just follows the Cantina band around.
Have you guys seen the SNL like Death Star with Kylo Ren, Adam Driver?
The undercover
I
boss,
want that show. That's the
Yes.
show that I want as a comedy show.
Kylo Friend.
Life on the Death Star or something like Life of a Stormtrooper or something like that would be
That
as
would
the
be
comedy.
good. Yeah.
Derek
That would be-
seems unimpressed.
He doesn't care about Star Wars.
I don't dislike it. It's just that I don't love being entertained by it is dependent on getting the references to the other things.
Oh, do you like
It's
Firefly?
like, yeah.
Should we talk about Firefly then to get you more interested? Because it looks like you're kind of doing like the Nolan North. I got a poop face. The perplexed face.
Well, I was looking up stuff as you guys were talking, and then I got distracted with you were talking about Western, and I'm like, A Million Ways to Die in the West.
Oh, that's so good. I love that movie.
See,
That is
nobody
an
else seems to
underrated
like that
flick.
movie. Yeah.
That's
know
an
what?
underrated flick.
I love the dad just randomly pooping in the
Pooping
background.
everywhere.
See, I even said poop instead of the other one, man. I'm trying.
You're doing well. You're doing well.
Trying so hard.
So I heard you had a case of root beer for me.
I do. I felt really bad actually. Literally, it was at my back door when I was going to Barrie, and I got there and I'm like, oh, I don't need anything. And then I saw you and I'm like, God damn it. I felt like such a turd.
It's not like I was expecting it.
I know, but I was trying
From
to do
now
a nice
on, I
surprise.
will. Every time I see you.
I'm just dumping it down the drain because every time I see it, it's just a constant sign of my
failures. Yeah.
my
yeah.
failures. Because I
Well,
brought
you know,
some.
Derek,
I
you
didn't even
could-
bring it to Hodge. I was supposed to bring it to Hodge, and then when Hodge came to my house, that's when he had it because I kept forgetting to bring it to
Oh,
him.
that's right. Yeah.
Yeah,
You know, Derek, you could just go down and get it.
Yeah, I could.
that's not the
I
point.
don't go anywhere though.
Exactly.
But then how are we
Gives you an
supposed to do our guy weekend where we go and stalk
know.
CJR? for not mentioning Derek.
Come on down.
We're just gonna just go. We're gonna like just follow him and then run ahead of him and try to get all the games.
I
Just
did
get
that
there
once
like a
with my
little too
brother-in-law
late.
with the local Pete from Market Games. We were racing him from garage sale to garage sale the one year in my neighborhood.
Oh, Market Games. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, not P Market
Not-
Games, but
I know. I got
Peter
confused. Pete
from
Peter
St. Jacob's
from
Market Games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember when the one time you and me went with Miles, and that literally was happening. This one car was always beating us every time,
Mm-hmm.
no matter
Was
what
it,
we
was
did.
it a known video games reseller that has a store?
I don't know. Like,
I don't think so.
I just think they were just jerks. That's what they
Okay.
were.
Yeah. I have that with old ladies sometimes and old men when we're doing garage sales. It's like, just park your car correctly, get out of my way so we can stop at the garage sale. Don't stop in front of the garage sale with your door half open. Like,
They're just
Yeah.
looking. Do they have anything you
yeah,
want?
they
Ethel?
do that a lot. Yeah.
Ethel, do they have anything?
Stop. No, go. No, stop. No, go.
There even gets to a point where, like, I honestly felt that myself and Chris were just like giving up. Where it's like, you just roll down the window. Video games? No, okay, bye. Just, no, okay, go, let's go. Miles is asleep in the back.
Yep.
Nah, I haven't even had a chance to go, but I would love to
Me
try and
either.
do that. I would love to do that. Come up to your guys' neck of the woods.
Pick a date.
We can go to crazy bins.
Yeah.
Saturday is not a good day for crazy bins. That's expensive. It's $25 day.
Is it? Okay. Sometimes they
So
change
that's
it,
like
but
the
I don't
most
even remember.
expensive then, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's when they put in the new stock, new inventory.
But isn't that when the best stuff is there?
In
It's
theory.
also when it's like
Also
everyone is
crazy
there.
is, yeah, you need to be there at opening.
Oh, really, eh?
Yeah.
I can just bring a bus and I'll block the door.
Do
There
it.
you go.
We'll just pull in front so that the back door's open.
Why is
right to
there
the
a
front.
Toronto bus here?
Why don't you mind your business, Ethel? Every old person.
Always Ethel. Always
You open the
Ethel
door.
here.
Video games? Got any video games?
Video games, huh? We have a box of mice or mouse, if you want those.
Mouses, mice.
Mises,
Meese?
moose.
Yeah.
We only have a box of Rocky and Bullwinkle on VHS.
A lot of butt plugs.
I got this
Lot of butt
keyboard
plugs.
at garage sale this
It's actually a
weekend.
nice keyboard.
Yeah, it is.
Fancy.
It has like changed colors and lots of different
It's
modes.
the give you seizure keyboard.
Is
Yeah.
it wireless?
It was $3 or sorry, $4. It was not wireless. It's
Oh, okay.
USB-C though. Yeah, and lots of cool.
Okay, I don't like.
I
that
try
one.
and put on the regular mode. Yeah, I put on like this one. No, not that one. Yeah, it's that one. But to you guys, it looks like it's flashing, but it's not.
See,
Oh,
to me, if
yeah.
the keys were black, I think it would look nicer.
Probably, but at $3, I'm not going to complain.
Oh
And
no,
they're
You can spray
removable
paint
keycaps, so I could actually just pull them off and buy new ones. And there's also removable switches. Right now, it's blue switches, which I don't mind, and they're really clicky. But I can replace those too if I want.
I really need to try and find a new mouse. My mouse is like still broken.
They sell them every day.
I know, but I want a wireless one. The one I
Uh,
use is the weird, like the ergonomic one. 'Cause my
Ew,
hands.
You are
that's
weird.
gross.
No, I don't know what it is.
Ones.
No, it's my hands are so big that it just it feels.
Ah.
I've tried it on the smaller one. It doesn't feel comfortable. This, for some reason, just feels comfortable.
I bet you could find one that'd be good.
Yeah, but they're so expensive, and I don't want to spend money.
Yeah, that's true.
Money's the worst.
That's why I had the same mouse that I bought like 10 years ago. Like, why
It
not?
looks like a good mouse, but just
It is.
tiny.
It's Corsair. Adjustable weights in the bottom. You can add weight to it, all those 3 spots that have the things.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
It's real slidey.
My buddy
Got
had one of the.
Sniper button on the side right here.
Nice.
Yeah.
Mine does
See?
that too.
You can click on links even faster with that one.
Yeah. Well, no, you, actually, you hold the button, it slows the mouse down.
But
So it
I
actually
was-
clicks links slower.
I was my buddy was like, "Oh, try this one out," and it was one of those folding mice that like it's flat when you first get, and then when you turn it on, it has the arch in it. And I'm like, "Oh yeah, okay, I'll try it." And I'm trying it, and I guess I would just push on the mouse too hard, and it would literally go funk every time I would try to use it. I'm like, "This is a feature that would completely drive me insane."
Yeah.
It's one of those like quick portable mouse, but I hated
You
it.
need to Google what's a good mouse for big hands, which I just did. and there's lots of options.
I've seen the one that's like a vertical one.
Mine's
too, like a
actually on
vertical
that
mouse.
list.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know why this one. I think maybe because the buttons are so long. Maybe that helps. I don't know. But it's like the newer version of mine. I think mine's the M60 and this is M65 Pro or something. Yeah. Logitech G502 Hero is what I was going to suggest because it's
That's-
kind of large.
That's what I have.
See, I'm just tired of having to Google stuff like that. It's like, oh, best mouse for big hands.
You just ask
Best
Derek and he Googles it for you. See?
Best earphones for big heads.
Yeah.
Like, because like that's the one thing I was saying to Ashley is like, these are good for my podcast, like when I'm podcasting, but I need to get a set of over the ear, like wireless earphones because when I'm at work, people talk to me, even when I'm like taking the bus from one like to the end point to take over. I don't want to talk to people because they ask me the dumbest questions. Does this bus go here? I go, I
People
do not
suck.
know where your friend lives. I do not know if the bus goes by your friend. What
Are
does
you going by Bill's house?
what does your Google phone say when you ask me? Well, it says I have to take the 44. Then take the 44.
Are you
I'm
going
not
by the
trying to be
stop that
mean.
Ethel's at?
Yeah, God damn Ethel. But like, I don't have a problem with it. But it's like when I've just worked 13 hours, I don't want to talk to people. I want to go. So I told Ashley, I'm like, I need to get a set of like just headphones.
Do it.
I can just get the noise canceling and play music and then not. But yet again, I had to search good headphones
good
for
headphones
big heads.
for big heads.
For big heads. Because I don't want.
Man, you already have to do it for condoms, so why not everything else?
Yeah, good condoms for small penises. Condoms. I'm married. What are you talking about? But
Yeah, and you need it more now than ever.
what are you talking about? It's called hit yourself in the nuts with the hammer and you shoot dust. You're good. But yeah,
Not recommended.
This is not a doctor's recommendation.
Is that your random recommendation?
hit yourself in the nuts with the hammer. No, but it's just like that's what I have to do. So I'm like looking for it. And I'm like, I don't. It's like if I feel like when I do that stuff, the internet just taunts me. It's like, hey, fatty, you want a new headphone for your big head, fatty? I'm like, yes, please. But because these ones are great, but I just don't like the idea of having a cord if I'm out and about. Like, and I also want something that has decent battery life.
Beats
Most
are
of
good.
them. I heard Beats are good. I heard Skull Candy's not
Skull
bad
Candy,
if
I
you don't
have,
Josh
care.
has.
Like it's not going to be amazing, but like I just want to wear it and a little bit of waterproof, right? I don't want to spend the money on Bose because like the one thing I heard about Bose, they'll look good.
These are Skull
These ones
Candies
are
that I'm wearing
super
now.
old ones, but
Those look good too.
the ones I'm wearing here are Razors. They're just really comfortable. Like these are the most comfortable headphones I've ever had.
And those
The
are
only-
those are Bluetooth.
These are not Bluetooth. These are
Oh.
USB, so it's only for PC.
Oh,
That's the only issue with these ones, but they're great for gaming PC. I just leave the USB dongle plugged in and I can
Yeah,
walk
good.
around wherever. But
Audio
Because, like,
Technica.
these other ones, the Skull Candies are Bluetooth, and this is the third pair of Skull Candies for me.
because the price isn't bad either. Because I don't want to spend a
Yeah.
lot of money on these things. Because like everyone's like, oh, use the Bose ones, and I'm like, I'm looking at these
Yeah.
Bose ones, and I go, yeah, they're
No,
nice.
I don't care about quality
But-
that much.
But if you have the noise canceling on the whole time, you only get like 15 hours of like battery life in there. And it's not like I'm going to be sitting there with them on for 15 hours,
Yeah.
but I don't want to be in that situation where I forget to charge it.
Yeah.
And then I'm like,
Oh, I'm obsessive about charging things. I have a hanger for chargers beside here for my headphones and for my VR controllers.
yeah, like I just like Chris saw, you remember what my old workshop room used to look like, right? It was just like kind of everything was just, it was somewhat clean, but it was just nothing was like tied it in. So now what I did was I took all my battery chargers for my drills, I put them on the wall, then I hid the cables behind. So now like I just put them on there and they have a spot in the shelf that says charged, not charged. And I've cleaned all that up. And then I also have the same thing for like phone chargers, my watch charger on my desk and all this stuff. And I'm almost debating like somewhat fastening them to the table because Ashley keeps taking them for her phone. She can't tie her cord because we have the same phone.
And you just go and buy like 3 more of everything and you'll have no more problems.
She'll still lose them.
Don't let her take them.
So you gotta like nail them down in locations where she can find them.
No,
Yeah, you just need to
she'll
have one
still
plugged in
lose-
everywhere.
She'll
She'll
still
rip
lose.
them out of the wall.
I'm saying this quiet because she's upstairs right now. She'll still lose them. And then her friend's like, "Can I borrow this?" I'm like, "No, You cannot. The only ones who can borrow my cords are my friends that also understand about losing cords.
Yeah.
Like if Chris asked to borrow a cord, I'd be like, yeah, sure, no problem. I would eventually get it back and I wouldn't have a problem with it. And it wouldn't be in worse condition than I got it.
Yeah.
But sometimes I've lent it to people and I'm like, why is there jam on my charge cable?
Yeah, it's
And
like
I don't think that's jam. I'm like,
That's
I don't want to
blood.
know what it is. Yeah, I don't want to know what it is then.
Yeah, I'm fine with the skull candies. That's what's worked out for me. I just usually walk into the source, go look at what's on sale, and it's usually a set of skull candies.
I get a discount at the source through my work.
There you go.
So, but
So
we're
you're,
also
you're getting me some new skull candies then.
if you want.
skull candies for everyone.
Except for Chris, he doesn't seem enthused about skull candies.
You got to wait for the Tim Hortons roll up and get the 15% off coupon.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, or the McDonald's Monopoly.
I
you
had
get them
that
then,
once.
too.
I had the
I
McDonald's
do
Monopoly
not
one.
win anything on the stupid roll up.
That's
We
all
had-
I win is like I get like
now that it's only
prize or
digital.
a skull candy code.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, now that it's only digital, I keep forgetting and I don't use my app. I won more when it was the actual roll up the rim. I would win coffees and donuts and that all the time.
My Tim Hortons, I'm at like
I don't drink
over
coffee.
12,000 points, I think.
I drink tea.
I don't drink tea either.
What do you drink?
Water, juice, pop. Usually
See, I don't
water.
I don't drink pop. I drink, but they have Dasani there.
You don't drink pop, but you drink ginger ale. Come on.
I actually don't
Come
drink
on.
ginger ale. I haven't drank. I haven't drank. So last August was my last pop, and I've only been drinking because Chris got me onto the what are they? You just had one. The
Bubbly
Bubbly.
or something? Yeah.
Bubbly.
My wife
Bubbly.
likes those. I
Bubbly?
can't drink it. There's
Yeah.
no
I
flavor
can't
there.
drink it. I can't
No, the
drink
lime one and the blackberry one are the best ones.
it.
No, they're good.
But yet you like plain water.
I'd rather drink water than the bubblies. Yeah.
The
Really?
carbonation is nice. It's refreshing.
I like the
If
carbonation.
it's going to be carbonated, it needs to be sweet.
No,
Yeah. Yeah.
negative. Nope. nope.
Although there's a new one out, Apple, and I don't think that would be very good.
I don't like apple juice to begin with. If I wanted to taste something that's apple, I would
See, I
either
don't-
have an
I like
apple
it.
or apple pie.
I like
Yeah.
apple juice.
I don't like
Yeah,
apple
there's a
juice.
new bubbly apple. Yeah.
The only juice I like is orange juice. That's it. I don't really like
That's
grape
it?
juice. Grape juice always tastes weird.
Yeah. I
Chris, you
can
like
see
grape
that.
juice? You like grape juice, Chris?
Yeah, I like Grape Crush.
Grape Crush is not juice. It's pop. It's pop. I don't like any
great.
of the crushes. The crushes are too much.
I like
They're too
pretty much
sweet.
all of them. Yeah. They're delicious.
I find when I drink a crush or when I used to drink a crush, my teeth would like crunch together. They're so sweet. Like I felt like if you wanted
the
to
You just
zing,
need to
clean,
build up your immunities. That's it.
no,
You just
it's
need to
not
build
that.
up
Like,
your tolerance.
you know what?
It's like
Josh, if you're-
alcohol.
If your boat ever gets dirty, you can just dump an orange crush on the side and it'll clean everything off of it.
There you go.
It's a degreaser. Ugh, I don't
Speaking
know
of
why.
the boat, by the way, I know we're talking about a garage sale weekend, but I have a boat idea if you guys are interested.
Houseboat
we-
sailing?
Pitch it.
We're gonna go to
It,
houseboats and garage
it
sale there.
involves some driving from everyone, but I think it's kind of a central location except for Chris. Chris, you got to drive further than everybody. I'm sorry.
Always.
Ha.
It's your fault for living so far north. Okay, I can only blame you.
We
Where do we
all
gotta
head
go?
to Bruce County.
It starts with a B, but it's a place called Brantford.
Okay.
Brantford, we're gonna go see Wayne Gretzky.
There you go. At home.
That's the
At home.
closest to me. Yes.
Yeah, see, I figured it's a nice spot. There's the Grand River goes through Brantford, and there's a place called the Brantford Oxbow. So you start at one spot and you do a long loop. If you audio listeners can't see my fingers, but I'm pointing a long loop around like this, and it comes all the way back around to itself. And it's only like a kilometer away from you end a kilometer away from where you started physically on the road. But
I
it
see it.
takes like 2.5 hours to do the loop on the water.
Sounds
So
great.
it's a nice.
Can't you do that? I think my parents did that and they just rented inner tubes.
That's basically what my dinghy is. So
But no, like they rented the inner tubes or the stand-up paddle boards.
Yep.
And they're like, yeah, they did that with their friends and they literally just floated.
Yeah.
And they like the water would just take them around. I'm like, that sounds like a lot of fun, especially on like a nice day.
Yeah, exactly. Bring some beers. We can booze on the. We have a booze cruise.
Yeah, Ashley drives. I'd be like, come pick us up.
We don't even have to because you can
Yeah.
literally get out and then it's like a 15-minute walk back to your car where you started. Like it's
I can see it right now on the map.
yeah, it's
Oxbow
ridiculous.
Lane.
You could come sleep at my house, Chris.
Yeah.
Can I sleep in your bed?
Sure, we're getting a king size, so yes. Ashley
So.
wants to get a king size bed, and I'm like, fine.
Set it up,
Okay.
Josh.
Okay.
Make it
well,
happen, Josh.
Chris has to let me know his weekends.
No, Frazier does.
Frazier's
not
gonna let
Chris.
Frazier has to let Chris know his weekends, and then we'll make it work.
I know I am picking my new work next week, and it's for the summer ones. It's only 4 weeks at a time, so it might make it easier for me to get weekends. And
Yeah, you
tell
were
you
saying
guys
you
it.
might be able to get Friday, Saturday, right?
yeah, there's a piece of work right now that I'm hoping to get that is like 5 p.m. start, 1:30 finish, Friday, Saturdays off, which would be awesome. I like late work. It's not as hot, and I only have to deal with one rush hour. It's the
There you
best.
go. Nice. So yeah, let us know, and we'll
would love that.
I'll bring down a boat, and we'll go boating.
I'm gonna go buy like an RC boat and we'll race your
I
boat
have
with
one.
the RC boat.
I have
Do you?
one. Yeah.
You'll win.
I've always wanted to get into like RC
Yeah.
vehicles, like cars, because I've
I've
been
got-
watching like
I've got like 3-4 RC cars and a boat.
I've been watching like not like religiously, but like I saw like whenever it comes up on my Instagram feed is like Charlie and Matt
Yep.
going out with their RC cars, and I'm like, it looks like fun.
Yeah. Theirs
It
aren't
looks like-
cheap, but like
Yeah,
they're
those
still
are
$400
good
$500
quality ones, right?
minimum.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but literally, if you look in Matt's game room, he could not Matt's Charlie's
yeah,
game
just
room.
grab 3 things off the
Just
shelf and buy it. Yeah.
3 things off the shelf, and you could buy 7 of those without any problem.
Well,
Well,
he
he
does that with
just-
his doubles, right?
He
Yeah.
just scored the 3 was it the 3 Silent Hills
Yeah. I
or
think
something like
so.
that for like $2 or $3 a piece?
Yep.
The last
In
thing
the
I
same
saw was
area as me and Josh live in.
Oh, was it really?
Oh yeah, they all
That's
are.
even worse for you, the fact that it was like right there.
Yeah.
But you don't go out as much like you said.
No.
so,
And when I'm
no.
due, it's with the wife and kids. We leave way later. Like
yeah.
we don't
You
have
spend a lot
that
more time
time.
at a sale, so you're not running around.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm too busy buying keyboards and an 8-bit Do controller, right?
Yeah.
I'm too busy sleeping.
The thing is, you buy the stuff that's useful to you,
Yeah. Well,
right? So
I could use some games to sell to make money to buy other things. That's definitely the case. But it's
You could
not
sell
worth
some of
getting up
those-
at 7 a.m. So
you could sell some of those controllers behind you.
I could. Yeah. I could. But I have a nice even number of them.
You could sell 2, and they'll still be a nice even number.
No, it's a full console. You have 4 for PS4, 4 for Xbox One. Then on the other side, there's another shelf the exact same, and there's 4 for PS3, and then 4 for Xbox 3's. Oh,
360?
Xbox. No, sorry, for PC. They're Xbox One ones, but they're for PC.
That's the one thing I'll say is I'm always jealous of the Xbox controllers. They look so much nicer than the PlayStation ones. Like with
And
all
they feel
the
nicer too.
Yeah.
with all the customization you could do with them, they always look.
Yeah,
so
I have
cool.
a couple custom ones that people had made, or one custom one. It's actually Joker themed. It's pretty cool.
Oh, that's cool.
I'm gonna grab it because this is actually a video podcast this time.
Ooh.
the one that
Sorry,
Ellis,
audio listeners.
the one that Ellis got at the BGE
Cuphead
was that a cordless one?
for
And
the
that was
Switch.
a Switch one.
Yep.
Yeah, I was jealous of that. See, I
Color
like
looks a
that.
little weird, but the purple is like Joker purple, and then
Yeah,
it's
and
got
the
the
green.
green sticks, and they're also the removable sticks. I got those because someone I think they had. I forget what sticks they had on there, but it wasn't. Oh, they were red. They were red sticks. I'm like, I don't really like the red, like Joker's mouth, so I got
No.
the green or removable.
If you're gonna do
sticks.
anything, just paint like the mouth on the bottom corner or something.
Yeah, that's what I thought. But they did the
Yeah.
custom order from Microsoft, right? So
No, that's
it wasn't
cool.
optional to
But yeah-
put that stuff on.
Yeah, Ellis at the BGE got a Cuphead one that looks really good for the
it's
Switch.
yellow. It's Mugman. It's yellow and then the light blue color of Mugman on it.
Okay.
It's
Yeah,
really
yeah.
nice.
That's cool.
because Nintendo's doing that too, but PlayStation just has like the color. That's it. Like,
Yeah, they don't have themes. Yeah.
no, they should though.
Well, I shouldn't say that. I have for the
Well, they do.
PS3 or 4, I have a Final Fantasy themed one. It's black and there's a bunch of like writing and stuff on it and gold and that. They have a few.
I know that they just released, or not just released, but I just saw it. So in my head, it's just released. Is that you can change the side plates of the PS5, and they have like the red, the black, a teal, and like a hot pink. But they're $55 for both.
That's ridiculous.
Like, I know, but you know what the thing is?
Like
because
$10.
I want one side to be the teal, and I want the other side to be the neon pink, just to make it cool. But I'm not spending $110, and then I have two that I don't know what I'm going to do.
We got to find someone else that has one and then
trade
split
it.
Yeah,
Because that's what I do with the Switch. I have a whole bunch of Joy-Con, and I have right now it's green. I have like two neon green ones because the one is from Japan and the other one is from like North America. So like the green was on the opposite side. So I have that, and then I have two pink. I have a blue, a red.
I have purple and yellow.
I don't have the purple and yellow. I wanted the purple and yellow because I could do a Joker one too.
Mm.
And then I have the hot pink, and I have two more, but I like on occasions I switched it. Like when we didn't know what our son would like, that we were having a boy, I had the pink and the blue one on to be like boy or girl. At Christmas, I had the green and the red one on. I love that about Nintendo, like that kind of little cool things about that.
yeah.
But
I really like the Xbox One controllers. How many different color combinations and grippy back or no grippy back and
yeah,
all that stuff. Even just the buttons themselves. If you go to their site to design one, you can choose different button lettering on them. Like, it's just so cool that all the different options you can do. Like every of the 8 Xbox One controllers they have there, none are the same.
oh, that's cool.
Yeah. I have the translucent white one and the translucent black one.
That would be cool.
Yeah,
I wish PlayStation did that kind of stuff, but they don't.
Yeah, PlayStation has a translucent white one.
This one
Clearish
fades,
one.
but yeah, it's still they do have it, but not the same.
I have the only one I have is the gold one. I have a gold PlayStation controller, PS4.
Yeah.
I have a Star Wars Darth Vader PS4 controller.
Do you have the console to match it?
No.
My brother has a Spider-Man one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a Spider-Man one too.
I still think the Pro
Okay.
controller for the Switch is the best controller.
Except the buttons are in the wrong spots.
I still like it. It doesn't bug me.
It's good.
Bugs me when I go back and forth. That's what bugs me.
Yeah, if you switch on off up, back and forth often enough.
Well, my Steam Deck too is
Press
like
X.
Xbox. Yeah, where's X? Which X?
Here it is again. We keep talking about your Steam Deck.
It's got to rub it in, doesn't he?
Did you get yours yet?
No. No, not yet.
No, he won't be getting his for a while. They're still
I'm in
on
like
the first,
Q3 or something like that. So
they're still on the first day of purchases, I think. First day, I think, of pre-order people.
well, I bought mine on my first day, but I'm on Q3. So
Okay, yeah, that's what I mean.
That's
They're like,
insane. That's insane. You should have sold it at the BGE.
I brought
I
it.
told him to.
Yeah.
What would you have done, Chris? He's like, yeah, I sold my Steam Deck. You just got it.
I would have put
Yeah, but you would have
$5,000 maybe. Maybe
You would
I
have
would've
made a
put it.
lot of money.
You would have made a lot of money.
There's extra. There's ones for sale around here now. I keep seeing them pop up. One guy even had like the 64 gig model, and he was asking $700. I'm like, that's actually pretty decent.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
Can you expand the memory or no? Like,
Yeah, it has
what?
SD card. Yeah, and the
Okay.
SD card was tested to be as fast as the SSD, so might as well put a 1 terabyte in there and you're good.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Yep.
I still just don't like that. I wish they gave the option to like connect it to a TV.
You can.
You can. There's a
You
dock.
can use any USB-C.
Oh, and it'll
adapter.
play
Yeah.
on the.
Yep.
Okay.
Can you
It'll
just
support
ca-
8K
cast
monitor.
into TV?
And what? now-
There's no casting on it. No, that's a good point. But if you did, there'd be a delay, just like
Yeah,
if you've
there'd be
done
a
with your
break-
VR
yeah.
headset. Yeah.
Can you connect the controller to it?
Yep. Yeah, it's running Linux. You can do pretty much freaking anything.
Is it like easy that
Yeah, it's got
anybody can do it,
Bluetooth.
or do you have to be Derek to do it?
No, you could. It's
You can
easy.
put Windows on it too if you really want to. It's
That's
not-
I
not
don't
as
want Windows
yeah.
on. I don't want
No, but you
Windows
could
on.
plug in it's USB-C on the top. So as long as you get a USB-C to a regular USB, you can plug in any controller, or it's got Bluetooth on it, and you can pair up any controller like.
Well, because you can get like because the
PlayStation
Xbox
4.
controllers are Bluetooth, right?
Yeah, the not the original ones for Xbox One, but most of them are. Yeah, like the the S ones, the ones with the smooth front. All of those
Okay.
have Bluetooth. Yeah,
I didn't know this.
yeah.
Hmm.
Put your order in now, and you might get it in 2024.
That's
I
correct.
don't have that kind of money. I don't have that Derek and Josh kind of money.
2024, you will.
I
In
bought mine with
2024.
Steam gift cards I got off Kijiji and Facebook for 20% off.
We know you just robbed people.
I wish.
Mainly
That'd be
Ethel.
so nice.
Mainly Ethel.
Damn it!
Did you guys do well at the
We
BG?
talked about this on our last
Oh,
podcast.
I thought
I
you
know.
listened to our podcast.
I do listen to
God,
podcasts,
no,
but
I
you
don't.
have
Goodness.
the founder with you that you can talk to now about it.
That's true.
No, he's reading his email now.
Yeah, I have to. We have our roof leaking again,
Oh no.
so we
Like
had our
here or
roof
at camp.
both actually.
Oh,
Um,
Come on.
so we had our
Terrible.
roof replaced 5 years ago, like the shingles,
Yeah.
and we hired like people we probably shouldn't have hired to do it, and we had issues, and then they came back and fixed those issues, and we thought everything was good. We had some leaking again, so we had another roof company come and look at it, and they said what they thought it was. So they thought it was just too much water flow, so we had a guy come and put another piece on our eaves trough just to help the water flow better, and we stopped having issues. We're like, okay, things are good. Well, 2 weeks ago now or whatever, we had a bunch of rain. Sure enough, it's leaking again, and it leaks in above my front door down the window. And it was like dripping bad. Like I'm gonna have to replace the trim around my window and stuff. So I called 2 other big companies to come and quote to basically rip up the shingles off the front of my roof and fix it. And they're both like, yeah, no, we're booking out to August. We don't really do small repair work. I'm like, okay. So I called another third company, and they directed me to this guy who's like a handyman company business that
geez.
can do that.
Yeah.
Right, but he's more of a legit business than the original people that we
That's good.
hired.
yeah.
They sent you right back to the same guys.
Yeah.
Hi, Chris.
So-
How's it going?
So he came today, and he was great. He went up there to quote it, came back down and goes, yeah, I know what your problem is. You're missing some stuff over here. And he explained to me everything that's wrong and what they did wrong when they did it the first time. So he's sent us a quote to do the repair work. So we decided we're going to go with him. Like he's offers 3 years warranty on his work, 25 years on the shingle. He said he'll come in the house, take pictures of everything so that if there is leakage on the work that he does, he'll be responsible for the inside work and stuff. So he's all legit. So
So you
now
can
I have to
document
send him the deposit. I guess send him $1,000 deposit, and they're going to come do the work on Monday. So I was just
That's
looking at that email. Yeah, I know. Quick turnaround. He said he had some cancellations, so he's able to do the work on Monday. So
Oh, nice.
Well, hopefully it gets taken care of right this time. Otherwise, the 3 of us will have to show up and break some legs for you.
exactly.
Just
Yes, like I
email
was saying.
transfer the money to the wrong person. Did you hear about that with Linus Tech Tips?
I
No.
haven't.
No.
50 grand or 80 grand. They wire transferred to somebody that was the right email address, but their email had been hijacked at that company. And the person had been impersonating the people that he was talking to and said, hey, if you lock in now and pay full price up front, we'll give you 15% off. And this was like $115,000 order of like work to be done. So he paid through wire transfer and got ripped off.
Ooh,
Wow.
wow.
Luckily he had connections at the bank and they were able to stop it.
Oh,
That's
good.
insane, though.
Yeah, he got lucky. Sorry, you're
Dang.
saying Fraser.
No, I was saying, like, so now you have the founder with you. He doesn't have bummalingus, so you could talk to him about the BGE, your likes, your dislikes. Because, like, when you guys said you could still come on, I'm like, I wouldn't do the show justice. You got to have the founder on here. The dawn of
Absolutely.
video games.
The dawn of video games. I'm gonna make him an offer again and refuse, you know?
See, that's a better Mario than Chris Pratt's gonna do.
I wasn't even trying to do Mario. That's how bad it is. Trying to do a Marlon Brando.
I don't have anything to say to Hodge. We love it. It was good. Great.
Yeah, great show.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah, we absolutely did need it. I know
It was so needed for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It was
absolutely.
nice to see you guys.
Josh
And
needed it so he could get some money to roll in.
I needed money to fix my car, apparently.
I was
so.
just saying, then fix your car, right? And it was nice to get you in trouble with your wife, Derek.
It wasn't that much trouble.
No, I know, but it was funny though. But
I
no, it was
will.
good
I
to-
will pull right now, Fraser. Though you did leave and you didn't say goodbye to me, so I'm personally hurt by that.
But Charlie, did it? What? Leave me alone.
What?
What? Where are you going with this?
I dipped. You know the problem was because it was Sexy Miles and Catherine. They're like, we're leaving, and I'm like, oh okay. I'll
They
just
also
walk out
didn't
with you
say
guys.
goodbye to me. They just left.
They're like, yeah, we'll just go, and I'm like, oh, because I did an interview with him.
Yeah, I
and-
saw. I saw my.
That was
video.
funny. That was a good video.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you got that out so fast.
Yeah.
yeah. Pretty.
I
I'm
look
not
forward to his weekly content.
Yeah.
To
Still
be
looking forward
to be fair, he didn't cut any of the interview. Like that was pretty much like it was like, and I watched the whole Pam one too. Like there was only like a little bit that he cut out, but like he's like, no, this is all good. I'm like, oh okay, like that's fine.
Perfect.
He didn't keep in my
have-
awesome dad joke, but
Oh well, probably wasn't that awesome.
it was pretty good.
I have a video in the works. I've had 0 time to work on anything, so there will be one coming at some point.
But
Whenever
it was good.
whenever
And-
that will be. I have no
And then
idea.
the notification for September.
That's right. Hodge, you can say it here too if you want.
Plug
I mean,
it.
Yeah,
it's already
yeah.
out and it's already
It's
out
already
there
out
in the ether. so.
yeah. But yeah, September 14th. September 18th. Get that right. September 18th.
I'm showing up 4
Um,
days early, boys.
We so I announced yesterday officially. Was it yesterday? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
And we've already got 40 tables sold. So
Nice.
Are you?
We should get our tables.
We
How
should.
many PlayStation 5s are you getting this time?
I don't know. We gotta work that out yet.
That was still crazy that they gave you a PS5.
yeah, it was nice. We're hoping to get another one to give away, but we're still working
Make sure you
out
get 2 this
those.
time, or you can just give me one.
We need one for testing purposes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got to make
That-
sure the giveaways okay.
That
Just to test the raffle.
PS5 sat in my basement for like 2 months. They sent it to me like right away, and it just sat in my basement.
You should just
sitting there.
open and play it a little bit, just to make sure,
Yeah,
and then put a PlayStation 4 in there, and then just use a knife and scratch up,
Scratch it out.
Yeah, this
So how'd
doesn't work well.
Maybe you can, just because I'm very interested in the minutia of planning a
Okay.
video game
Yeah.
swap.
yeah.
Not
you
that you
kinda-
plan to do one or anything.
Well, yeah, maybe. But how do you go about where do you start? Kind of walk us from I know this is a big question, but
Now, are you saying starting like nowadays, or how I originally started it?
let's do both.
Originally, we had gone to the Waterloo shows like everybody else, and we're like, I think we can do something like this because everybody's driving from our area and like north and east of us to Waterloo, which is whatever 2.5 hours drive, 2 hour drive.
Yeah.
So we're like, well, let's just plan something small to start engage the interest. And that was our first show, was like, I want to say 20 to 30 tables we had. Like it was a very, very, very small venue at the
Mhm.
first show. But we sold out, and we had like a lineup of probably 40 people waiting to get in when we did it. And it was just a success, right? Everybody loved it. We had a couple sponsors of the first show because we had Power Up Gaming, and we had another local guy that he's not in video games anymore, but he sponsored us. And you basically put social media was your friend, right? Social media is the best. Put everything out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and word of mouth, especially when you're doing your first show. Talk to vendors from other shows and try to convince them to come. It's tough. Some of the bigger stores don't want to, right? If you're not an established event, You
Yeah,
got
it's a
to
big risk for
rely on
them,
the
right?
little
So,
guys. Yeah, very big risk, right? But yeah, and then transitions to where we are now. Now it's still work, but it's a lot easier now. I have my mailing list of however many vendors. Like I think I gotta say I have at least 100 emails that I send out. Like I don't send out 100 individual emails. I
yeah, but 100 people on the
BCC
contact
everybody,
list, yeah.
but 100 people, I'll send out the message, and then you put it up on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and I have people reaching out to me instantly right away. But we changed things for this year. I like it better, and it's going to make everybody's life easier. Is I used Google Forms, which I actually didn't know existed until somebody told me about it at the last show. And you fill out a form, send it off to people, and they fill it out for me. And I just download the Excel spreadsheet, and everything's filled out: the email, name, how many tables they want, how many chairs they need now. Plus, we're gathering all of their social media, website links if they're a store, because we like putting those on our website just to help promote the other stores so people know
Okay.
who's coming.
Yep.
And like, I mean, there's a lot more to it. You have to make sure you got enough tables. So we get so many tables with our hall rental. Then we have to go to a third party to bring in extra tables because there's not enough. And chairs as well. We have enough through our where we rent from. We have to get insurance. So it was interesting the first time trying to find insurance. We just randomly emailed like 3 different insurance companies saying, we do these events. Do you do insurance? We had somebody get back to us saying, yeah, we'll do them. So now I have that contact in my Rolodex, I guess you could say. And
Looking through the
basically, yeah, yeah, basically like a month before the event, I'll email them and just say, okay, here's the event. This is when it's happening. This is the form, because they give me a form I have to fill out, and we need $2 million liability insurance. And they say, okay, here's what you got to pay us. So I pay that. And then lots of paid advertising on like Facebook and Instagram. You just set up those ads that automatically run.
Yeah.
What else? The setup the day before, obviously the teardown. You guys know about that because everybody helps out in the club with the teardown. It's pretty easy to do. And then it's just dealing with the logistics of the day of for when people set up. But things very much are on their own now, right? Because we've done them so many times. Like this will be our 11th show now. Things just happen, and you're just kind of there to guide them in the right direction, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
There's a lot of work that I probably do. Like I don't track how many hours I put in. It's probably a lot. But I don't mind doing it. I enjoy it. And
Yeah.
I'm able to sometimes do a little bit of it at work as well. Like I work IT job, so I'm sitting at a desk, and I might have a couple extra web pages open here to do a few things while I'm working on something else here for work. So
Yeah.
I'm still hoping for a 2-day event.
I know I would love to do a 2-day event. I'm just very scared to take on something like that. There's a lot
You
more
gotta
to
book
that.
out, like, you gotta get VIP guests to draw
Exactly,
that
to
many
make
people
it
in.
right.
Yeah.
You gotta bring in the whoever. Let's say you bring in the Game Chasers from YouTube or something like that, somebody that people are going to know and recognize, or you bring in a voice actor or something. And I'm not as knowledgeable in some of that stuff, so it would be difficult to find those people to bring in. Like it was cool when the Northern Game Expo brought in Wink Yahoo from right? Scott Yaff. I don't know if you
Yeah.
guys
Yeah.
remember that. You guys know who Scott Yaff is, right? From
I don't know.
YTV? No, Derek
The host
Bean,
of
right?
I do,
the
I
host
think.
of Uh-oh.
Yeah. So they brought him to the Northern Game Expo, which was kind of cool. And he would like sign autographs, and he sold his t-shirts and stuff. That was kind of neat.
We'll just get Iron Sheik to come and just insult all the people.
But yeah, I mean, I've even thought about like there's Barry Wrestling. I've always thought about reaching out to them and trying to do some sort of, if we did a 2-day event, maybe they could host a wrestling event at the same time. You know what I mean? Because those things kind of work together. They're similar. People do video games and geeky stuff as they do watch wrestling,
Yeah.
right? So maybe
Yeah.
that would be something that people would like to see. But I'm sure there's other people I could reach out to assist if we decided to try to do a 2-day show. I know Shane Lewis would for sure give us a hand if I had some questions, and I'm sure he would come to the event if we wanted to have re-res there and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like he told me basically, yeah, if you were to do something, we could come and do it. We would just ask for a hotel room, right? That's all they would care about.
Yeah,
So that would be easy
yeah,
enough. But then other people, you got to pay for flights in, you got to get them picked up, and it's a whole new ball game.
Yeah.
I'll just get the bus.
Yeah, there you go.
Pick
Throw
'em up.
some
pick
air
everybody up.
mattresses on the bottom there, and they can sleep there.
Yeah.
I think you've done a really good job, though.
I mean, we're if we wanted to do it, I'm sure we could. It would just
And,
be
like,
a lot.
Partnering with a hotel to get discounts on
Yeah,
rooms,
yeah,
because
exactly.
people are gonna come from out of town. But
Yeah,
would you do the game the vendor thing both days then, and then have a separate area for other things?
we would basically have to rent both ice surfaces,
Both
I
rings,
think.
yeah.
Both
Yeah.
rings.
At least they're in the
would
same
be
building.
in the same building. One would be the vendor hall, and
Yeah.
then the other one you would have to set up for whatever
Like the
you're
gas.
doing.
You could even do like an arcade
speakers,
or like a
arcade
play
arcade
area too.
area, yeah. And then there's also another little room there that we would probably get to. I don't know how big it is. It's
Breakout
not-
rooms or something.
Yeah, if you wanted to have an area for a more intimate thing, or for video
do, like,
game
panels or something,
contests or
or-
panels or something
Q&A
like
or
that.
something.
Yeah.
Get
Dude,
Charlie up
yeah.
there.
You
know
could,
what? No,
yeah. People know him.
You could probably get the
Re-res.
not so special guys.
And no one cares about
Nobody wants us.
You could even like get Pam.
Yeah.
Pam would do it for sure. I know she would.
Yeah.
She's done a couple in the U.S. before, so
Midwest
there would
Demon.
be some local people that you could get, but I think you got to have that one wow factor guest to get the people to really want to come. Right?
Fine, I'll go.
If
You know what,
have
though?
With
to.
the bus, though, you need to have the bus.
You can
You
reach out
drive it
to
on
some.
the ice.
You could reach out to some Canadian people or something like that, and I guarantee you, as long as you
But who is that person? Is the question.
You could
Amy
find
Jo
someone.
Come on. Come on.
She's not Canadian, is she?
Yeah, she is.
I'd be fine
Really?
with Pink. I'd be fine with Pink Ranger.
I don't think she was Canadian.
Pretty sure she is.
But yeah, you need those people, right? Like look at there's the
American
Niagara Falls
Canadian.
Comic-Con coming up, and they have like who are some of the people? They always get like wrestlers to come for signing autographs and things like that. So,
You could
Ryan
easily
Styles.
yeah, there you go.
get Mike Myers.
Yeah.
Actually, it's
You can get Eugene Levy.
the Niagara Falls Comic-Con has Charles Martinet
Martinet.
signing autographs. I actually sent in, so we're getting my son for his birthday. I sent in the cover of Mario 3D All Stars from the Switch to get him to autograph it.
Oh, that's cool.
So yeah, so I put it in the mail, mailed it to them. It's like $50 for his autograph, and then they'll mail it back to us. So I did that because I won't be able to go to the event. So
Yeah.
That'd be kind of cool.
yeah,
You get Justin Bieber to show up, do a live concert. Baby, 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 baby.
So I did meet that Scott. How do you say it?
yeah,
Him and
Yeah.
PJ Phil both at Kitchener Waterloo in Town Hall. They had a New Year's event,
okay,
or maybe it was the Comic-Con. I can't remember which one it was, but I met
Yeah.
the two of them there, and they were selling T-shirts together.
yeah. PJ Phil would be a cool one
PJ
to
Phil
have
would be
too.
kind of cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
PJ, he was still cool. Like to meet
Yeah.
him, he was still like so just chill.
Mhm.
Yeah, yep. Surprisingly short though.
Oh really? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Scott Yaff is tall though. right?
Yeah. The two of them
We,
next to each
we
other.
can get Katie Lang and Deadmau5.
There you go.
Dead Mouse.
Deadmau5 actually might. Like,
no,
the dude-
you're not gonna get him. You're not gonna get him.
The dude Deadmau5, he lived in my buddy's condo building.
Well, if you knew him, then
I know where he
No.
lives now. Does that count?
I don't think it does.
We'll just go to his house.
Isn't it
Deadmau5.
Vancouver?
Hey.
Deadmau5. Hey. Hey.
Who else? Do you guys know the Hacksmith?
Yeah, they're in
Yeah.
Kitchener. Yeah,
They're in Kitchener. Yeah, I pass their
Who's
shop
that?
all the time.
YouTube,
he's like the Iron Man
Hacksmith
guy.
Industries.
He makes a lot
He
of.
made, didn't he actually make like a real lightsaber?
Yeah, he has a real lightsaber.
Yeah.
that
A
he
real
made.
lightsaber.
Oh, wow,
Plasma
that's cool.
lightsaber. Yeah,
Like a plasma
Hacksmith.
lightsaber.
Hacksmith Industries on YouTube.
He made like the magnetic shield, like Captain America's magnetic shield. He did like a Mjolnir, and he also did a Stormbreaker, I believe. That's
Yeah,
like
he's got all the hammers. Yeah.
crazy heavy. He's
I
really
like
cool.
their jet boat.
Somebody, a video game developer that I think is in Canada, commented on my one tweet. And I had never heard of them before. Benjamin Rivers. They said Ontario friends. Are there any retro game meetups I don't know about? I missed the Barry Game Exchange because
Oh, I saw
wasn't
that
paying
guy
attention.
too.
Oh, I
I
saw that
didn't know
too,
it was a
yeah.
developer.
Co-founder of Game Dev Studios, Ben
Yep.
Ko. So they make the games that looks like they're called, what is there? Worse Than Death. Can't read these anymore. Old man glasses.
Oh,
the
old man
bifocals.
glasses.
Alone with You and Home Postmortem Edition.
He's also an illustrator and comic artist. It says.
Yeah,
on
so
Wikipedia.
they're a local. So that could be somebody I've never heard of them, but maybe that's somebody look into to have come to the show, right?
Yeah.
And you still like, and I think I also like. I know he may not be crazy, but we have Rob Shishetto, and I like him.
Yeah,
You could get. I'm trying to think who else you get. Yeah, you could totally get maybe the Hacksmith. They had Mr. Beast on there. You can get Mr. Beast.
oh
Through
yeah.
Good
Hacksmith.
luck.
But that's the thing. See, if I say I didn't know who Hacksmith was, but if they have whatever 1 million followers on
Oh, yeah,
YouTube,
they're
I don't know
huge.
what they do.
They're huge.
And you could get them to come, and you promote that they're going to be there. You know, you're going to get more people to come just to see
Especially
them.
if they
Right?
bring some cool stuff,
Yeah.
like the lightsaber.
Yeah.
12 million, 12.6.
I think you're going to need some more liability
Or,
insurance there. Hodge.
subscribers.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. And that opens the whole new can of worms of you need probably people to police and like walk around, like security, I guess is
Security,
the word. Yeah, you need security because they were even the last show. So when we booked the insurance for this show, they're like, "Oh, well, will you have security on site?" I'm like, "You've never asked me that question before." No, I mean, we're the security, I guess, and it ended up it was kind of like, well, is the city providing the security or are you providing the security? I'm like, I guess it's us. So I
Will
had
the
to
city
answer
do it
that
for
question.
free?
No, and that's the thing, right? So yeah.
Hacksmith, if you go to their YouTube, they have the contact us for business stuff, and an email address is there. If you just click
Over
on the
12
URL.
million, eh? Wow.
Yeah,
okay.
12.6 million subscribers.
I can literally just walk over to their office.
Yes,
Just
yeah.
go in and be
That's
like,
so cool.
You
They might
hey,
even be somebody even just for a single day you have.
You want to come over to the Barry Game Exchange?
That's cool.
I remember I did I sold at a swap in Toronto, and they were there. But back when they were like just starting out, I remember them being there.
Yeah.
So
I remember going to the one Waterloo show and they had these cosplay girls there and it didn't seem to go over well. I don't know if they didn't promote it properly or what, but like they were dressed up and you could get your pictures taken with them and stuff like that. And I know they've had Adam Korlick was there.
Yep. They flew him out or something. I think,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Jay Bartlett. Is it Bartlett?
yeah, Jay Bartlett.
Yeah.
He was there a bunch of times. He's got his couple shows on sci-fi or not sci-fi, Tech TV, the toy show and stuff like that. Would be somebody I bet you could get to come to if their schedule allowed it.
Yeah.
Let's get CJR. Or sorry, get Chris Roberts, CWR.
Oh yeah, Flag
Roberts,
strips out,
yeah.
Put them both side by side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, it would be cool. I could probably get contacts if I talked to him.
Oh yeah.
To get like Aaron and the boys to come. That would be pretty huge to have them come. But what's
Scott
it cost?
Swatch?
Yeah. What's it cost to fly somebody out? And I don't know.
Are you gonna get that?
Put him in a
return
hotel.
on-
Yeah, put him up in a hotel, fly him out.
You ever heard Richard Cheese?
Yeah,
buddy.
I actually looked into getting him for my wedding at one time.
really?
It was like you fly him out. I think it was like $3,000 or $4,000 or something like that, and then you have to pay for their flight. You have to pay for their hotel.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Get
down. You could just have him play live.
I know
at
that's
the
what it
Barry
was,
Game
but he said he
Exchange.
will not censor it. That's the only downside. He
Hmm.
will not censor anything.
That's fine.
So yeah, no children.
It's the parents' job to just earmuff him.
Yeah,
Hey, time to leave.
that would be so
You go
cool.
out. I'll stay here. You go out.
I've almost made it 2 hours without a single cuss.
You swear
That's
once
not bad.
already.
I had the one at the beginning. I said I almost.
Come on, try harder.
I haven't been bad. You haven't sworn at all, Derek.
You.
That was edited.
I edited it myself. Yep.
I remember we tried to do that and we couldn't do it.
Mm.
The cussing. And then we just started cussing. And then we put everything as explicit.
Yeah. Just click that E button.
Makes it easier.
Yeah.
Not for children.
We each need to have our own censor button so you can beep as you swear.
It's just the easy button from
So
Staples.
Linus Tech Tips does on his live show. Yeah. So I did start watching the Halo show. I didn't finish it yet, but there's that.
The non-Master Chief show
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
I
seems
heard it was-
good.
takes
heard
his
it was
helmet
good.
off on the first episode and ruins it.
Yeah. Well, you pay an actor, you got to get him to show his
You
face,
gotta get it.
right?
You gotta get.
Yeah.
He's not even that big of an actor.
No, I don't know who he is.
Well, what was it? The dude who plays Mandalorian didn't take his mask off till the last episode.
Oh, it
the
wasn't the
first
last
season.
one, but it
It
was.
was a
before the
while,
last
though.
one.
It was like the
I
fifth or
liked
sixth
that.
episode.
But he
didn't
didn't.
take it off.
Yeah.
Yeah, but even when he has his mask off, he's like when he turns his head, it's like he still has the helmet on.
Yeah.
Like I thought that was and I thought it was a Pedro Pascal. I thought he was a bigger catch,
is.
and he went longer with the mask on than.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
He
Yeah.
can
They got that
he can carry
Disney
the room
money.
better.
Yeah, Disney money can do that crap.
Yeah.
That's what you got to get, Chris. You got to get Disney there, and Chris
Disney,
Pratt
Disney.
and
Or
Chris
just
Pratt.
get those
Chris
knockoff
Evans,
people
whatever.
in costumes. They do Disney characters.
What was that one dude that he has the flight by night or the fly by night, not the pawn shop at the video game store.
Oh, you're
Yeah,
talking about
Justin.
Justin. Yeah.
I remember I went to his swaps.
He
and
did
there's-
costumes, you get a discount.
There's
when you watch
always a dude dressed up as Link wearing those like
So
see-through
that's
white
the
tights.
owner of games.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I did not know
or,
that, but
or a worker.
I
of
would walk
games.
in
I
and he's
can't
just like, I'm
remember.
like, those are translucent tights. They're like, they just people put them on and they stretch. He's
Yeah.
not a big guy, but they stretch and they become like see-through. And I'm like, oh, maybe you should have bought other tights or something.
Or
Wear
put some
tights
pairs
underneath
on
those
top.
tights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or he was Link. You should do costumes at the Bear Game Exchange.
There was people dressed in costumes. There was
Yeah,
some
there was a
guys dressed
couple.
in
Yeah,
full like furry costumes.
you
at this
gotta
one.
have somebody to do like a contest. Like there was somebody actually reached out to me once that's a cosplayer. They said they'd be willing to like come and judge and stuff like that. So
That'd be kinda
you could
cool,
do that
too.
and promote that.
Yeah, that'd be cool. And any other celebrity you get, have them judge too. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah. Yeah, we did that when we went to the Milwaukee, when I went to the Midwest Gaming Classic. Ernie Hudson was there. He was one of the judges when they did the cosplay contest.
That's funny.
Yeah.
See, I like that kind of stuff. It adds a little flavor, a little spice to the event.
Little spicy.
A little something, you know.
Chris, you falling asleep, Chris?
A little bit. We're going north again tomorrow, so
Oh,
I still haven't packed yet.
Yeah, that's a really long drive for us to go to. I was like, we
it's
have
4
to, like-
hours for me, so
Yeah,
It's like 6 hours.
6
for us.
hours
I
for
think it
you
was
guys.
5.5 or so. Yeah.
but the
Do you
same
guys take
for
the
me.
ferry across, or do you just go up?
We've done it, but we don't because the ferry ride itself is like 2 hours. So
Yeah.
technically it's a shorter distance, but it's a longer trip.
Hmm.
But for you
But you
guys,
can
it
just
might
kinda
be
chill on the
better.
boat too,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. With kids, it's great because they get time out of the car to chill and hang out and stuff.
I can run around the boat and whatever.
Yeah, they had a Simpsons arcade machine last time I was on there, but that was like probably
It's
8 years
still
ago at least.
Yeah.
It is still there, and they have Moonwalker now. We got a brand new arcade system. It's Moonwalker. Oh, those two are always side by
New
side.
to us.
We did a bike trip up towards Blind River,
Mhm.
and that took us seven hours. We were dawdling around though, but
Yeah, it's a nice area up there. I like Sable Beach; it's really nice.
yeah, that's a long way.
Saba.
Sable Beach.
Brantford's closer. I think Brantford's better.
Saba Beach is nice. So there's a bunch of nice places. You could even just go to like Kelso Park and go for a nice hike if you wanted. Still, unfortunately, far for Chris, but
We don't care about
Hike. Who wants to hike?
hiking is fun. You know, hiking is fun.
I want to sit in a boat.
You want us to all sit in your dinghy?
Sit in my dinghy. Yeah.
And then you go, quit playing with your dinghy.
Speaking of boats, I went on a canoe trip this past weekend.
Mhm.
We were in Halliburton area,
Oh, nice.
and my brother-in-law sent me a text about couple weeks ago and said, "Hey, we're going trout fishing. Do you want to come?" So I was like, "Sure. I like fishing." So went up there and
So you got your fishing license.
yeah, I get one every year anyway because
Okay.
I usually go fishing when I go to the cottage and whatever. So got it was about a 4-hour drive. Got up there, unpacked, packed up the canoe, paddled for like an hour and a half to get to a portage, and there was a dam right there, so we fished, and my brother-in-law like straight away catches a trout just right out of the water. It was pretty big. It was like 1.5 feet long, 2 feet, something like that. So, and we're like, oh great, this is gonna be a great fishing trip. So we do the portage in to where we need to go. It wasn't that bad. It was only about 190 meters. So two or three trips per person to get like the canoe and all our gear up, and then another 20-minute paddle to our campsite. We got the tail of that storm. You guys hear about the storm? Well,
Oh yeah,
did you guys get it at all, or
not us.
I got
no?
it.
You got it.
I
We
drove
got
in it.
here.
I was working in it. Yeah.
Great. Okay. We got the tail end of it up there, but it only lasted for like 30, 40 minutes. But it wasn't bad. And then went out fishing again. Didn't catch anything. And then camped, and then went fishing the next day and didn't catch anything. Like nothing. Like did not catch a thing. So, and then we did there's another little pond a little ways away, but it was another portage in. So we got there, and it's a 421 meter portage,
Oof.
which is much longer. We didn't have all the gear, but we did have like all our fishing gear and canoes. And I was just in my like crappy little flip flops. It was like, we're in water. I'm not wearing my nice shoes. So walk in through this portage, and it is like, it's rough. You can tell no one has used this portage in a long time. So it was overgrown. There was like muck, and it was basically like walking through a swamp. We went up a hill, like more than a 45-degree angle, carrying canoes up and over this hill. Like trees were down, finally got into this. Oh, by the way, halfway through my sandals break because they just don't survive this terrain. So I do the last 200 and whatever meters barefoot through the swamp.
You're making this sound more and more fun as you go.
It was terrible. It was not fun at all. But see, if I don't tell the story, it makes it not worth it, right? At least I get the story out of it. So get back to this pond, and it's just like, it's gonna be great. They stock the pond. They haven't seen lures. We're gonna fish. Nothing. None of us got a bite at all. So then we have to portage back this 121 meters. I am barefoot the whole way. It is cold. It is like rocks and bush and everything, and yeah, it was not great. So my feet got pretty cut up on the way back, and yeah, that was it. We didn't catch any fish. We caught one fish.
Just that one, eh?
Just that one. It was delicious, but
I do not like trout.
Trout is so good. Fresh trout is really good.
Okay, I've not had fresh. I'm not much of a fan of the forms that I have had trout.
Okay. What you probably had like farmed trout, so it's different.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, this was, I don't know. We had a nice little breading that we got out of like the fishing store, and it's delicious. So, it was probably the breading tastes better than the fish, but
yeah. Tons of seasonings,
but it was good. Oh, and then when was it? Sunday night. Temperature dropped to 6 degrees, and we're camping in summer tents. Yeah. And I only brought a 10-degree bag. So if you know anything about degrees of bags, like what your rating is your survival rating. So you will survive the night at whatever degree that is, but you will not be comfortable. So 10 degrees is survivable. So I had to like basically put all my clothes on in the tent and sleep in. Yeah, we were also sleeping on an angle, so we're like constantly falling down to the bottom of the tent. There's no flat ground. Like everything was just.
You just make this sound even better and better and better the more you go on.
I mean, seriously, we're going next time, right?
We're going. Everyone's coming.
We're
But see,
not
this
even
is the thing, is
using
like
sleeping bags.
if it was like a streamlined trip, you wouldn't remember it, right? Like if
True.
everything goes well, it's like, oh yeah, it was a great trip, and that's the end of it. But it's always the trips that are like really crappy that you have to like fight your way through. Those are the ones that stick
Mhm.
with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is going to be that fishing trip. Like from now on, this is the fishing trip I compare all fishing trips
The
to.
fishing trip
next-
to beat.
Next time somebody asks you, you're going to second guess yourself. Maybe I shouldn't go.
But no,
Yeah.
I'll go again because I want another story. That's the thing. I don't even care how crappy it is. I'll go.
You know what? There's a song that I like by AJR, and it's called 100 Bad Days. And it goes, 100 bad days makes 100 good stories, and 100 good stories makes me interesting at parties.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's a similar mentality to have, right? Like
exactly.
a story is a story, and it always, for moments like this, it's always good to hear. Like, because you're telling me about it, I'm just like, oh, because I've had moments, but it's bringing back moments that I've had too, right? Like,
Yeah. Yeah,
but
exactly.
it's still fun, and who knows how many more moments you're gonna have that you're gonna be able to do that, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And that's the thing, like it was fun because I was hanging out with people and I haven't done that for like a weekend.
Did you walk up to them and you're like, "Ah," just touching their face?
Well, I went fishing with these guys before, like a couple years ago, and I was the same guy that I had fought. Like I tipped a canoe with a guy, and he was on the same trip. So they're like, the joke for the weekend is like, Kevin, we're not tipping the canoe this year. Like this is
There's always that guy.
yeah.
This will be our year.
yeah, and so, and I mean that the trip before that, like that was always the trip I compared it to. I was like, well, at least we didn't tip the canoe. Well, at least we didn't tip the canoe.
Well, now you got
And
this
now it's
one.
gonna be like, well, at least we caught a fish, you know, like
Yeah, and your feet got exfoliated for free.
yeah, exactly. A mud bath. It's a swamp bath
And bloodbath at the same time.
and bloodbath. Yeah.
Ugh.
I won't talk about the I stabbed myself with a hook and a knife, and yeah. Oh, sorry, I did catch 0.5 of fish. I caught a fish, it was on the line, it jumped out of the water, everyone saw it, and then it got off. So I call it 0.5.
That's still fine. I'll allow that.
I'd call it 10%.
I'll take it. I would have taken anything at that point. So I was throwing in like smaller and smaller lures, just saying, just give me anything. Just give me any little bite, any little fish. I'll take it.
I haven't fished in a long time.
Me neither. I always hate taking the fish off the hook or taking the hook out of their mouth.
Nope.
Or when they swallow it.
I enjoyed fishing.
I like
It's
fishing.
relaxing.
I don't like taking the hook out.
Get right in there. Up to the elbow. Ashley likes fishing too. We want to take Nathan when he's a little older.
Yeah.
There's gotta be
Hopefully he
places up
enjoys.
there. There's places where
Oh,
you
there's
are, you can go
tons. There's
fishing, yeah.
tons. But yet again, Nathan's sitting still.
Yeah.
That is a task on its own.
It's an acquired skill.
Yes, not moving, not grabbing everything, and not putting stuff in your mouth. Very acquired skill right now.
You just need a second one for him to get distracted by.
Just one. One's fine. One and done, my friend.
That's
One
what I
and
told
done.
my wife.
Nope. Every night I just sit there and I go, wham, and I just punch myself in the nards, man.
Pull the hammer from under the pillow.
Yeah. One and done.
Hammer to the
Like
nuts.
he's very good, but man, he is a handful. He is a handful, but I guess you get what you get, right?
You get
He'll
what you
be a
get.
good kid when he's
You're
older.
talking to three guys that each have 2 kids, so
That's why I'm only having one. I see all your things. I'm only doing
two
one.
is easier than one. 2 is easier than one.
I'm gonna tell you
in
this right
some
now.
ways.
I'm Uncle Fraser to Hodge's kids. I'm fine.
Fraser, you heard that. You got to send your kids down to him for a week.
Hey man, if they want to come, Molly was great with Nathan.
Yeah.
And
She's old enough to
Ellis,
take care of him now.
Ellis and Stanley were like best dudes at camp. So I could put your kids to work.
I was thinking about the camp with Ellis and my son. Like they would be like one and the same. I could just imagine them talking Mario and Smash Bros. And
Yep.
everything. Pokemon
Yep.
cards. My son.
You know what it is?
Yeah, Minecraft.
Camp is a magical place. Like everyone says that, but like I don't think I've gone twice, and I don't think even if we had like the rainstorms that we did, it didn't affect the fun you were having.
Mhm.
Like it was just a nice, fun time, and like the one memory that still sticks out in my head at this was when the kids were all asleep, and it was you, me, Paula, and Ashley around the kitchen table or the dining room table playing board games.
Yeah.
And it reminded me of when I was a kid and I woke up at the cottages or stuff, and you'd walk out and all of the parents were playing like cards or board games or something. And I'm like, oh man, we've turned into our parents. But it's like, it's a kind of a nice full circle moment, you know, it's like, and it's fun. Like we never stayed up super late because, you know, the fresh air kicked the crap out of you. Plus you were swimming and chasing after kids and doing all this stuff and in the sun all day. But it was a blast, absolute blast. But I would say like, to only go up for a weekend, that is a long drive, but to go for a week, it is definitely worth it.
Oh yeah.
Definitely worth it, especially if Chris has a stocked fridge full of beer and then a bunch of logs that need to be split.
That was the other thing. I don't drink beer that much, but you go on a canoe trip? Oh yeah, we're drinking 3 to 4 beers a day.
But that's what it is. Like it's you're relaxed.
Yeah,
You're
exactly.
Like, might as well.
I don't drink beer at all. So no.
What do you drink? Do you drink booze or no?
No. I would crack open those root beers.
There you go.
Okay, I'm
That'll
fine
be
with
my
that.
equivalent.
I'll just throw a couple. I'll just throw a couple roofies in there. Don't worry, you'll be on the same level as us. Well, I'll be like,
we'll slip some bourbon in there.
Well, I'll be joking around, and Derek's just like, nah, man, you'd have a blast.
I agree. I'd still have fun.
And now that the septic system is fixed, like they got the new septic tank,
New pooper. Yep.
you can just poop all you want. You're great.
You pee outside though. You pee on the fire.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
buddy. Ashley's like, where are you going? I'm like, it's like in the middle of the night. I'm like, I gotta go to the bathroom. I literally just walk out the side, walk around the side.
Yep.
Go to the bathroom.
Nature pee. That's what
Yeah,
it
man.
is.
But like, I've even slept better there than at home. And
It's
like,
the air. It's the fresh air.
yeah.
and
the funny thing
tiring
is-
yourself out helps too.
The funny thing is like the beds that we have, like, cause you put us in that same little sleepaway trailer.
Yep.
It's not enough for me and Ashley to sleep in because we're both bigger. So I would get one bed, Ashley would get the other. And maybe it's the fact that I don't have anybody in bed with me either. I'm just like starfishing. I'm like,
There you go. We
literally,
figured this
actually,
out.
no, Stanley, Nathan was in the playpen next to Ashley, and Stanley was in the bed with me. And even Stanley had a good time at camp. He wasn't bad at all.
Yeah, no, he was good.
Except when your sister-in-law's dog came,
Yeah, they didn't like each other.
which I just think is because what was that dog's name?
Pepper.
Shithead.
Yeah.
Oh.
No. Pepper was friendly. Pepper was so friendly to me, but maybe because like Stanley just smelt Pepper over the whole camp because the Pepper's always there the whole time. And then when Pepper finally showed up, he's like, "What the hell are you doing here?
Yeah,
This is my camp now."
Yeah.
Yeah. Dogs are interesting.
It's like, oh shit, I thought you moved out.
Yeah. He's like, I realize this dog, and it's Zelda, but he's like, you get out of here. But no, I would definitely do that again.
Well, I think I'm going to call it for myself, boys. It's
What?
get a little late for me, so I gotta
All
get up
good.
early.
We could
I
probably
gotta get
call
up
it
early.
unless anybody else has got something pressing they want to share.
I was gonna talk
Yeah.
about my Christmas lights that I
Oh,
installed.
yeah. Okay.
That was it.
Well, you talk about your Christmas lights. I'm going to leave. And thank you very much for having me on again. I enjoyed it.
Thank you for
very
coming.
much.
Thank you for
And yeah, we'll chat again soon.
Absolutely.
We'll plan a guy's trip of either boating or something or
But root beers will
yard
be had.
sailing.
Yeah.
Where regardless, root beers will be had. So, all right. Have a good night.
Safe
guys.
travels, man.
Thanks, Chris.
Yeah.
Oh,
Ah!
there we go. There we go. Oh, this is what we wanted.
No.
This is what we want.
This is
Are
a
you
Fraser
sure that's what we
sandwich right
want?
here.
Oh, this like, mwah. There you go. And people who are listening to this audio podcast are like, what do you guys
Well, on that note,
Oh, that's
Oh.
great. I love that. I love that view. It's
oh, it's
beautiful.
terrifying. That's the one thing I don't like about it. I love this whole StreamYard thing. It's very easy to use. There's no time limit. I enjoy it quite a bit. But this one camera angle where it just zooms in on your face really closely.
Beautiful. I'm not even changing this. I love it so much.
No,
Not
this
even
is the
changing.
And you're
worst. Hold
slightly
on.
off center, Josh. It's just even
There, I'll
better.
just go like
Oh yeah, I
that.
can make it. There you go. No, I can make it
There.
worse.
No, yeah, we're all just gonna talk like
No,
this.
we'll all
now.
just hang out over here. Yeah.
We're going to Josh's. Hey, Josh.
I could be
Oh,
at Josh's in 10 minutes.
It would take me probably 50. It's not that bad.
It's not
It's
that
You
bad.
faster
should
than
bring the root beer.
I
There you
could
go.
bring the root beer, and then me and Josh will drink it.
In front of Derek's house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll just leave the cans on his porch.
Derek.
I can turn the Christmas lights on for you.
I'll just
There
go
you
like
go.
this. Oh, I hate root beer. But no.
Spit it on the ground.
But I might actually,
Ah.
unfortunately, have to call it as well because I forgot my son has to go to daycare tomorrow,
Oh.
Yikes.
early in the morning.
Didn't you get the schedule? This is a 3-hour podcast minimum.
No, man, 2.5. I'm fine. 2:15. 2:15's good. One and done, baby. But yeah, like I kept him home the whole week because I've been off this week, so it's been nice. I've been like I had the whole week with him, but it's like we still have some running around to do that we have not touched yet, and to do it with him is such a pain. So I'm like, oh well, send him for like a half day, and go
Yeah.
because they're taking the money from us anyway, right? So
Yeah, exactly.
send him for the half day. We'll go have a nice breakfast and then do our running around because we're going to send a bunch of like the reason it's messy over here, which I'm not going to show, but it's like
Let
a
me
bunch
just
of
change
his.
this camera angle quick so you can
Yeah,
see.
just boom it and bigonate it. Is no, it's a bunch of his old toys that we're going to donate to the Once Upon a Child and then
Yeah.
get the credit there so that we can get stuff. But it's hard to do that with him because then he has to come with us and then we
My
lose space.
toys!
He's not terrible with it, but
He's
it's
okay.
like, you know, it'll get there soon enough. But we have a lot of toys that we don't need or books and clothes and especially if we're only having the one, right? So
Yeah.
Big
free
F.
up space. If you never know, you never know, right? You never know. If it happens, it happens. Like the first one was in vitro,
Yeah, yeah.
and then if this one happens naturally, then it happens naturally. But I'm not doing in vitro again because it's so bloody expensive,
Yeah.
Yep.
right?
Yep. Absolutely.
But thank you very much for having me on, guys.
Thank you for coming.
I'm going to do the same thing Chris did. I'm going to hit my mic and I'm going to do the pray hands.
Thank
But have a good one. I'll
you.
talk to you all later.
Being
Goodbye.
on,
Absolutely. You can
Yeah.
listen to this later.
I will.
Yeah.
I better be up tonight.
No. it'll
Always comes out on the first. On the
No.
first.
Damn it. Peace.
Know
be-
that.
Peace. Thanks.
See ya.
All right. Tell me about your lights.
Well, now that everybody's gone, it's like awkward to tell you what. Anyway, so I finally installed my.
Never mind. I
Christmas
don't care. I'm
lights.
just
Yeah,
kidding.
exactly. God damn it! Just tweet it. So I've installed permanent Christmas lights, which I built basically from scratch, aside from obviously buying parts. These LED strips, not strips of LEDs, but like string lights with what they call LED bullets.
Yep.
And anyway, so it's all installed anyway, is the biggest thing. Everything was pretty much done for a while, and I just had to actually get nice weather to start installing. So I spent 2 days on the weekend, just afternoons installing them. So on a ladder for 6 hours, and then on a ladder the next day for 6 hours,
Oh
basically.
wow, that's a long time.
Yeah, a lot of like measuring, cutting, crimping wires, all that kind of crap, trying
Yeah.
to make it look all nice. So
Are these the ones you're hooking up to the Raspberry Pi?
yep, so they're hooked up to the Raspberry Pi. I shared my screen for you to
Oh,
see.
I see it. Okay, one sec.
So I have a video here of the first, like there's one animation that I did.
Nice.
And then I have another one over here if it loads. So it's like just a bunch of programmable animations that you can do. You can do it to music as well. And I have an FM transmitter in it. So people
Okay.
can driving by could turn their radio to a station and have music that goes with the lights.
Yeah.
I haven't done any of the music stuff yet. I started doing Michael Jackson, like Beat It or something like that when
Yeah.
I was testing it out with partial strip, but you kind of need to do it with the number of lights you have and then program the thing. This animation I did the other night when they were doing fireworks for Victoria Day. and
Okay.
it looks like fireworks going off on the lights on the
Yeah, it
roof.
does kind of. That's cool.
So there's like a light goes across for anybody who's not looking, and then it kind of explodes into a colorful like fireworks, basically. So yeah, so I can do that kind of stuff, or put it to music or whatever else. So
Cool.
very
you
happy
gonna-
with it.
Are you gonna put some on the top roof as well?
I want to.
I think it would tie in. It would tie in nicely.
Yeah, it would look good, especially because on my house there's a peak on the right hand side on the first floor, and then the second floor is on the left hand side. There's a peak, so
Yeah.
it kind of
Opposite.
would look cool if it was going opposite ways.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Especially that firework one where you get some more like expanded out.
yeah, or
Have it-
anything that follows along through it, because you can have ones that like pulse through, or there's so many options for it.
Yeah.
I kind of want to play with it again, but anyway, and on my phone I can just go on the site to like the local web server for the Raspberry Pi and choose which ones I want to play at any time. I can schedule it or whatever else. So yeah,
That's cool.
it's lots of fun.
Looks like a lot of work though.
It was quite a bit of work, but it's fun.
Yeah, that's cool.
And then, not just for Christmas, it'll be for Halloween, for Canada Day, for
it's very
everything, basically.
It's nice when you have your own place. You can do that.
Yeah, it's true. You could do it. You just have to take it down after. Beg for forgiveness. I don't know.
Beg for forgiveness. Yeah, my condo board is not being very friendly lately, so we'll see about that. I got a letter in the mail. No, email. I got a letter in the email.
You got an electronic mail, you'd say.
Yes, you could say that. That my slide that I built in the backyard is an improper storage of a slide and must be removed because it is a common element. We only own everything that's inside the walls. Anything that's outside of the walls is a common element, so they can basically tell you what you can and can't do with your property.
Oh,
so it's technically not our property, right? So,
mm-hmm.
So during COVID, I built a slide back there and a swing, and I guess
you told me about that.
Yeah, they finally did a property walk around and handed everyone notices about what they can and can't have. So,
yeah,
I got a notice like about my Christmas lights too, because I had them up too long, and they said I have to have them down by a certain date.
Yeah, mine stayed up all year round, and these new ones are staying on forever.
The ones if you're not watching the video, like the ones that you see, they're not very like if you didn't know they were lights, you wouldn't know they were there.
Yeah, they're not too noticeable.
Yeah,
when it's daytime, and
it just looks like a light bar, basically, right? So
yeah, yep.
So it's nice and discreet.
It's better hidden than having a string of green lights was prior to this.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll see what happens. Oh yeah, there we go. I love that view. Here we go. Nice and big. So I have to submit plans for approval if I want to have not plans, but I have to submit for approval to have a slide and a swing in the back. So I've done that, and I was told I would have approval, or they'd have a decision within a week, and it's been 3 now. So we'll see what happens about that. But I'm probably just gonna. The kids have another like a playhouse in the backyard, like a little plastic playhouse that my wife bought at a garage sale.
Yeah.
So they seem to enjoy that more than they enjoyed the slide. So I'll probably just take the slide down or sell it or whatever. So if you want another slide, I got a slide.
I don't anymore. I have 2.
You got 2, so you're
We're
good.
good with the 2. Yeah.
But the neighbors across the street, are going through something similar. They submitted plans because they had to replace their deck. It was rotting out, so they submitted plans. They got it approved, and then they did the demolition. They used my bin company. I got them a bin to get rid of everything.
Yeah.
And then within the past, was it 2 weeks ago? They actually built the new deck, and it looks really nice. But then they started having people from the condo board coming over and saying, you're not going to be able to keep this because it looks different than the other decks that are around that area.
Sure.
It almost looks too nice. And so like the argument is like you're gonna decrease the value of the other homes because your house looks nicer. This is how stupid it is. So,
Ugh.
anyways,
if only it
they
wasn't COVID prices and you could get a house that wasn't one of these freaking things.
exactly. So, anyways, they're so tired of it. They're actually just selling their house. They're just selling it and moving it and moving. So,
Yeah, seems like a lot of people are just taking the opportunity with the prices to just go.
the problem is you got to have somewhere to go, right?
Yeah.
The price you're selling high, but you're also buying high, right?
Yep.
So,
My uncle's house is for sale in Heidelberg, and it's a $1.3 million place. And my wife's like, it's a really nice house. I'm like, yeah, I've always loved that house. And my uncle built it. In fact, my other uncle framed it, and then my other uncle painted it. And like, it's all like made by family members. So I know
yeah,
everything
exactly.
about the house. I'm like, oh, it'd be really nice to have that house, but I don't want to move ever again. Let alone I don't want to start over on a mortgage either, right?
That's the thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the
Uh-huh.
thing. So, I mean, it's got my wife and I talking. Like we've thought about it. Same thing. Like we want a bigger yard.
Yeah,
We
just
want to
move
have
closer
like
to me.
autonomy. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
sure. I'm sure it's cheap over there.
Yeah, yeah.
So
One of my
we'll
neighbors
see.
says he's going to start renting his house soon.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
I don't want to rent. I don't want to rent
that's the
again.
problem. Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I mean, we're only like we're on our 4th year. Like we've been here for 3 years, so it's not too late to start over on a mortgage. Like we're not losing that much. So
Yeah.
if I was, 10, 15 years into a mortgage, then yeah, it would be
Like
harder to walk away from that.
Like how I'm 11 or 12 years into a mortgage.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Condos are good and bad. Mostly bad.
Yeah. You should get out while they have not recouped their money from you for the front porch.
Yeah, exactly. Got my money, I'm out.
Yeah, yeah. I also started watching Good Eats, the new season of that show. Have you ever watched
Okay.
that show?
I haven't
Alton
watched
Brown.
it, no.
I really liked the old Good Eats. Alton Brown kind of explains things more scientifically for cooking. So just a really good show. You should definitely check it out. It's on my Plex.
I think you've talked about that show. It sounds familiar. Maybe you
Okay.
mentioned it last episode.
I don't remember. Did I? Maybe I did.
Maybe. It sounds
Maybe.
vaguely familiar. Or you've told me some other time and I'm confusing it with a podcast.
Could be that I already mentioned it. That would suck because I don't know. Maybe I mentioned Halo too. Did I already last time?
Possibly. I've been so busy at work I haven't even listened to our old podcast again.
I did. I just listened to it this past week, but I don't remember.
Who knows then?
All right. Something I didn't mention before was we started watching the new Kids in the Hall.
Okay, is it good?
It's pretty good.
Is
The
it?
first episode, there's some penis.
Oh yeah, I got that from the trailer. Yeah.
Okay, I didn't watch the trailer at all. I just heard New Kids in the Hall and put the date in my calendar, and we started watching it. But it's good. I like it. It's funny. Definitely out there, but funny.
Yeah.
I also started listening to. I don't remember if you told me this, but the Boogie Monster podcast.
No, that wasn't me.
Oh, it wasn't. Okay. So this is a podcast with what's their names? Dave Stone and Kyle Kane. I don't know what the heck has his name. Anyway, two stand-up comedians.
Okay.
Kinane. Anyway, I thought you might know them. You don't recognize their names at all?
No, doesn't sound
okay. I thought maybe you would have told me about one of them before too. Weird. I don't know who it was then. Maybe it was my coworker because he often has a lot of the same recommendations as you. Anyway, two American stand-up comedians that do this podcast. I think the podcast was originally kind of like a talk about Bigfoot type stuff, but it's really just two guys hanging out talking. Every once in a while, they mention some conspiracy theory or science fiction-y type stuff.
Okay.
So yeah, decent podcast for just guys talking to each other. So it's called The Boogie Monster.
The Boogie Monster. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll try.
Yeah.
I'm so behind on podcasts. I am
up, too.
I've been training so many people. I don't have time to listen to anything. So
yeah, I think right now I'm like a month behind. It was 2 months. The episode I'm currently listening to came out 05/03. So yeah, only this month behind right now. That's what it looks like. Yeah. So most of my podcasts only have one episode that I haven't listened to.
Okay, that's not bad.
Some random ones have freaking that's a 15. Oh, it's a new one that I tried signing up for and never listened to yet. But like Easy Allies, I have 3 episodes, and Tadpog's got 4, and
I started going through and be like, I'm not gonna listen to this one. Not gonna listen to this one. Not gonna listen to this one.
yeah.
Just because I'm just like I don't have time.
I did that a bit with some like ones that are not time sensitive, like Giant Bomb's voicemail dump truck.
Yeah.
That one's like you can listen to it anytime. It's not time sensitive, really.
Yeah. That's one of the ones I actually do listen to because I find it very funny.
It is, I agree. But I have skipped it in order to get to like STC or
yeah.
something that's more time sensitive. Or Tadpog started doing a D&D campaign where they're actually going through doing a D&D campaign together.
Yeah.
So I was trying to finish the episodes that went along with that story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. I kind of like voicemail dump truck more than their actual podcast.
Have you left a voicemail yet?
No, I haven't. I thought about it.
I think I heard one of my coworkers leave a voicemail.
Oh, really?
They mentioned because they said Marco, and it sounded a bit Marco from Toronto. And people in our area sometimes will say from Toronto when you're talking to people in the States because it's the closest major city.
People know where Toronto is, yeah.
Yeah. And it sounded a bit like his voice, so I'm almost tempted to ask him.
I thought about calling in and being like, so because they had questions about garbage, and I was gonna call in and talk about garbage, and then say that I found Earthbound in the garbage, and what's the coolest thing they ever found in the garbage, or for free, or something like that.
Yeah.
But I just never done it.
So it was one they just talked about that I'm like, oh, I could call in about that too, but I can't remember what it was now.
That's the thing. Unless you like write it down or do it right away, it'll never happen.
Yep.
So. But yeah, good. What else? What else? I had a run of watching bad movies.
That's gonna bug you and you had the runs.
I had that too. I was trying to get my wife to watch movies with me, so I'm just like, okay, let's watch something.
Yeah.
So trying not to like, I don't want to pick anything like too pretentious because she'll get bored.
Yep.
So I'm like, let's watch an easy movie. Like it'll be kind of actiony, it'll be dumb, but it'll be kind of fun. So I watched Ambulance. Have you heard about that? It's the new Michael Bay movie.
Oh.
that that intonation on your voice. Oh. It's Michael Bay. It's such a Michael Bay movie. That movie's worth watching alone for the drone footage. If you like, because you're a drone
I'm looking
guy.
at it right now.
That movie is 90% drone footage.
Oh my god!
Like 2 people are standing in a room and that drone is circling around, just doing the drone shots every time, every chance he gets. There's a drone shot. So if you want to watch, that's entertaining for that. But my wife and I just the whole time, every time there's a drone shot, just like, oh, here we go again, another drone shot.
Oh boy!
Kind of became the joke. Then a couple days later,
it's the new Michael Bay, the light thing he used.
It's the new lens flare from J.J. Abrams.
Now, yeah. For sure.
A couple days later, I'm just like, here's another one. It's supposed to be funny. I'm like, it's a romantic comedy. It should be good. It's called Licorice Pizza.
Why do I think I've heard of this too?
It came out in 2021. It's last year. I think it was an Oscar nom. I'm not sure. Anyways, watched it. My wife fell asleep. I thought it had funny moments, but man, what a strange movie. I like strange movies, but this one was just like,
oh really?
It's so fragmented. Like they had an idea for kind of like Kin before. It's kind of like, here's an idea, here's a storyline, here's something. Let's throw kind of all these together, and it wasn't very cohesive and very, very strange. But like a couple standout moments
and a couple big actors in it too.
Some big actors, but mostly just bit parts.
Okay, I see Sean Penn. That's the main one I saw. Okay.
His part was very strange. Like he's in the movie and they make a big deal about him, and then he's gone, and that's the end of it. You don't see any.
They could only afford him for a few hours.
Yeah, Bradley Cooper's in it as well. Same thing. Very strange little storyline with him. Very strange. So, would not recommend personally. And then I watched The Northman. The Northman. It's about Vikings. You know, so I'm like, people don't make movies like this anymore. So I thought it was going to be like the Last Duel kind of thing. Like I liked Last Duel. I know
Okay, yeah.
I know other people didn't, but I was like, here's the thing. It's kind of arts, a bit artsy, kind of out there. It's kind of like I use the quote unquote epic type movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it went a little too artsy for me. I was not a fan. Also, a lot of big actors in that. Ethan Hawke's in it, William Dafoe, one of the Skarsgårds in that, Alexander Skarsgård, Nicole Kidman, Anya Taylor-Joy, I think her name is. It's a lot of big names, but
Yeah,
yeah,
that's her name.
It's not, I keep wanting to say Anna, but it's like Anya. So
Okay, that makes sense. I see it's ANYA.
yeah, okay. So
Hmm.
then I gave up and I was like, I'm gonna watch a good
Bjork is in it. Bjork.
Bjork?
Yeah,
Oh,
Bjork is in it
random.
as Ceres. I don't know. Ceres.
I wouldn't even know anyone's name in that movie.
Okay.
So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna watch a good movie. So I ended up watching Moneyball, which is
I've never seen it.
you would probably like it because it's a lot about statistics and how statistics play into the game of baseball. So
I've
you
heard
don't
of
have
it,
to,
and I've wanted to watch it, but never
you don't have to
have.
know anything about baseball. They explain everything to you, and it's like it's the Oakland Athletics. Basically, you know how most people play baseball or look at baseball. They look at, okay, how many home runs do they get? They're athletic, they play well, they can do these things. Whereas Moneyball, the idea of Moneyball is basically buying players who get you runs. So you're buying runs rather than buying big players. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So they are seeing value in players that other teams aren't. So like say a player is worth $7 million, but he hits home runs, like decent home runs, but he doesn't get on base very much, right? So Moneyball, the Athletics went onto the into the camp of, we are going to buy people or sign contracts with people who get on base. So if you get on base, you get runs. You get runs, you win. So it's a complete shift in thinking about how to win, and they almost win it, right? I mean, no spoilers, but like it almost works for them. So, and it's definitely changed. Like a lot of the teams now have people who are running the statistics game now. So you'd probably like it.
Pratt.
Chris, yeah, he was a nobody back then, though.
Okay.
So
I just saw him in the plastic hat. It's funny.
Yeah, but yeah, it's bar none, it's my favorite baseball movie, and it's not even that much about baseball.
Even more than A League of Their Own.
Even more than A League of Their Own.
Okay, just checking.
So,
Because that's
you would probably like
movie.
it. I like, and Brad Pitt eats a lot in it, which means it's a good movie, right? This is the success of a Brad Pitt movie is dependent on how much he eats in it.
Really?
It is. He eats a lot in this movie. There's a scene where he just like grabs a Twinkie and like downs it in 2 bites, and he's just like chomping on this Twinkie. Yeah. So
I had not heard that statistic.
it's a thing.
How much?
Well, you know how
actors
have the thing that they do. Yeah, he's always eating. But yeah, you know how actors have that one thing they always do, right? Like the famous one's Owen Wilson's wow, right? Wow, right? So Brad Pitt always stuff in his face. He's always got food in his mouth. Any Brad Pitt movie, he's putting food in his mouth. Harrison Ford, he's got the finger. He's got the finger wag.
I've never noticed.
No. Watch any Harrison Ford movie, watch for the finger wag, and it comes out every time. It's hilarious. So, yeah.
And Stan Lee, he's always got to play somebody else.
That's true. It's got a cameo. So, and speaking of movies, I bought Top Gun tickets today.
Oh,
Top Gun Maverick.
Yeah, I've never even seen Top Gun.
You haven't seen Top Gun? I'm actually surprised.
My actual temporary boss that I had on that team I was helping out with told me it was mandatory for me to watch Top Gun because he calls his team Top Gun because we're the test pilots.
Because you're the best of the best.
We're the test pilots. But
no,
yes.
No, yeah, you have to say because we're the best of the best. That's what you got to say.
He's probably said that, and I didn't clue into what he meant.
Top Gun like, I appreciate it more now that I'm older. When I was younger, I'm just like, because there's a little bit of flying, but it's mostly like a drama type thing.
Okay.
Like I said, I appreciate it more now. When I was younger, I'm just like, I just want to see them fly planes. So, but it's decent. It's worth a watch. It's not my favorite Tom Cruise movie, but it's a decent one. But yeah, I texted my dad today and I said, "Are we going to see Top Gun?" He said, "Yeah." So I bought D box seats.
Oh,
so
the 3D
ones,
or 4D.
the 4D ones, yeah, with the seats move. Because I was like, I'm like, Dad, like, there's gonna be flying. Like, let's go in the seats that are gonna make us feel like we're flying.
They need to have movie theaters with VR goggles now.
Yeah, there you go.
the 4D seats and the VR goggles.
It would be like, yeah, crazy D.
Everybody throwing up.
I'm all for it, man. So, but yeah, I'm excited. So we're going to see that on Saturday.
Cool.
10:30 show. It's gonna be late. It's like a 2-hour movie, so it'd be like almost 1 o'clock by the time I get home.
Yeah. Yep.
Another reason to get the D box tickets to keep me awake.
Just shake you up.
Shake you up. And you can like dial it down, right? You can dial it up or dial it down or turn it off if you don't like it. But yeah, I'm gonna turn that all the way up to 11. So
did you convince your wife to watch anything else?
No, I think she gave up on me at past that point. It's like I just picked duds after duds.
And never again, right?
Yeah.
That's the hard part when you're picking something you've never seen before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what a lot of times is what I like. I'm watching a lot of movies and some of them are great and some of them are okay. But I just happen to hit that run of just like 3 or 4
next
bad
you sit
movies.
down with her and you watch only Nicolas Cage movies.
She hates Nicolas Cage. She hates Nicolas Cage. Which is funny because I love Nicolas Cage. But speaking of Nicolas Cage, I still need to watch the unbearable unbearable weight of massive talent.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it yet. Did it come to theaters here? Because I
don't know.
I don't think it did. I gotta wait for it to show up on a torrent site somewhere. We'll have to do a watch party or something. You'll have to come over, or I'll go there or something like that. That's. I don't think that's a movie I need to watch by myself. That movie needs to be shared.
Yeah. I have not seen it yet. I don't think either one of us has it. Nope. I find out if I can have it. Why it's not in my list when it's already on my IMDb list? It's supposed to automatically add to my other list. Maybe it is already there.
Maybe it is.
Anyway, we watched Jumanji, the original one, with the kids.
Classic.
With the kids.
With the kids. Did they like it?
Yeah, they did.
Were they scared at all or no?
I think they were intently watching the screen, so it's almost like they were scared.
Okay.
At like the spider part and the what else was there? The mosquitoes and monkeys and all the scary
Everything
parts.
Comes out, yeah.
But they were enjoying it.
That's good.
They loved the movie.
That's good. That's a classic. I've been meaning to watch that one again for a while.
Yeah, that's me too. I've been meaning to watch it for a long time.
So, things that are coming out that I want to see. Stranger Things season 4 is coming out in like 2 days. Are you a Stranger Things guy?
No, I tried episode 1 and just bleh.
Oh, okay. Season 1 is the best of all of the seasons.
I could not. I'm pretty sure it was like episode 1 or 2 that I just had no interest in any of it.
Oh, okay, that's fair. So, but that's like one show my wife and I will watch together. So maybe that's why I like it.
Yeah, see, my wife and I watch like Bob's Burgers together.
Well, I think my wife gets creeped out easily, so I think it's that point where it's still kind of like that 80s nostalgia. vibe, retro vibe, retro futuristic vibe. So
Yeah.
maybe she can deal with that.
No.
I like it. But on top of that, Love, Death, and Robots season 3 is out.
Yeah, I do need to see that because the other ones
Did you
are
finish
really
season
good.
2? Because the last time we talked, you hadn't seen
I
it.
don't remember. I guess not.
So I need
Is
to. I haven't
Netflix as well or not? I can't
Netflix as
remember.
well. Yeah, I need to watch it. I've heard good things. I've heard people on Twitter saying like such and such an episode just blew their minds. So
Hmm.
Love, Death, and Robots is very like sci-fi shorts for anyone listening. Sci-fi
Yeah.
shorts that are very thought-provoking.
I really liked it. I just can't remember how much of it I saw.
Yeah, very fun. They're all usually animated, and all the animation style in every episode is different. There's no two that look the same. Some might look similar, but
Yeah. And they're all completely different stories, independent of each other.
yeah,
I
it's an
remember that
anthology, right?
second
So,
last one from season 1. I remember, I think, every episode there. Season 2, I have watched the first episode and started the second one, it looks like.
it's an easy watch because like the episodes range from like what 5 to like 15
yeah, these
minutes.
ones are only 15 minutes. I didn't
Yeah.
realize that. Jeez.
Yeah, they're short. You can burn through like a season in a day.
Huh. For some reason, I kept thinking there was longer episodes than that, but I guess not.
No, they're really short.
Nice. Yeah, like the longest one here is 21 minutes in season 3.
Yeah, I need to get my butt in gear and watch those. I've been watching a show on Netflix called Taboo, which is a Tom Hardy show. Again, I think I wanted more. I want more out of it. I used to think that I liked Tom Hardy as an actor, but the more I watch of him, I realize
how he is.
you look up, you'll recognize him if you see a picture.
Yeah.
He played Venom.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
He basically just has the same acting style in all of his movies. He doesn't change that much, even though like he touts himself as like he can change. He also played Bane in like Batman Dark Knight Rises.
Oh, that was him. I didn't
That was
realize.
him, yeah. So
They dubbed over his voice and gave him an accent.
no, that was him. He did that voice.
Oh, he did. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Oh,
His voicing makes sense when you hear his reasoning. I still don't think it's a good voice though.
yeah. I didn't like it. It sounded like
So-
somebody else did it.
No, that was him.
Huh.
So
Anyway, the show though, meh. Then
it's okay.
so I think
Yeah.
it's okay in spite of him.
It's okay in spite of him. Yeah, he just has this whole like he's very monotone. I know he's trying to be like mysterious, and that's why he's not showing emotion or anything like that. But
Yeah.
I don't know if it's working yet or not. But
Yeah, I'm not sure he's a good actor. I think
I
he's
really
better
like
in
him
a comedy role, like where there's humor there.
See, I think he's better when he doesn't talk. And that's not to say that he has a bad voice, but like Mad Max Fury Road is his best role.
Never watched it.
I think you would love Mad Max Fury Road. He's a gruff and tough character. He doesn't talk much. It's a lot of gruffs like you know, and it works. It's perfect. And that movie is not about him. He's just in it, and it's perfect. I think Mad Max Fury Road is one of the best movies ever made. That's putting my recommendations on the line here.
Yeah.
But absolutely,
It's on your Plex too.
it is on my Plex.
I
It's
need
also
more,
in 3D.
I need more days more hours in a day here. Speaking of which,
I would say bump Fury Road to the top of your list.
Speaking of which, Unbelievable Weight of Massive Talent is now on my Plex.
Is it? Okay. Well, don't watch it without me. Invite me over.
Tomorrow.
Sure. I'm available. Two nights in a row. I'll be out of here.
And my wife's mad.
She can watch too.
I actually have a garage door to fix. Oh my
Do you?
God.
What happened to your garage door?
The garage door opener gears are apparently entirely stripped.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you need a new garage door opener?
No, I'm gonna
Like
I'm gonna repair the gears it's a common enough one, like it's the Mastercraft Sears Craftsman thing,
Okay.
and they're old, reliable, and it works. So let's just replace the gears and get her serviced and up and running again. So that's what I'm gonna do. The parts for the whole kit with all the gears and bearings was $30 on Amazon. So
Oh, that's
I
not bad at
ordered
all.
that and should be in tomorrow or Sunday, I think, or something like that. Tomorrow to Sunday, somewhere in there. Who knows? Amazon's unpredictable when you're not paying them for Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
They intentionally delay it just to try to get
screw
you
with
to
you.
pay. Yeah,
Yeah.
literally. And then they deliver it early half the time. So it's like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fun.
We also ordered a new fridge. Our fridge works, but it's super old,
Mhm.
like 92, I would guess it was
Okay.
made. And the door for the freezer, because it's a freezer on top, drips water all the time
Oh, that's unfortunate.
because like there's water building up in the door. It freezes in there and then leaks
Drips
out as
down,
it's
yeah.
thawing. So it's like just an annoying problem we've had with it for like 3 years. The fridge has been in the house since we bought the house with the fridge in it.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's one of the last appliances we haven't replaced yet. So we ordered one from Lowe's, found exactly what my wife liked, and for a really good price. And we're just like, done, order. And then they called us to say it'll be delivered Saturday. Yeah, Saturday.
Saturday, nice. Probably be more energy efficient as well.
That's the other thing, right? The one we've got is not going to be now. My wife does want to put it in the garage. She's always wanted a fridge in the garage.
Yeah, extra overflow. Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice to be able to stockpile some food.
Yeah.
Buy stuff
Just
when
don't
it's
use the
cheaper.
freezer.
Yeah, well, she probably will.
At least it'll drip in the garage, right? Like you got to
Yeah.
hopefully have a
Well,
drain in
and
there.
maybe it'll take longer
Yeah.
to build up because it's not open as many times.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
yeah. I'll just build a drain right in it.
There you go.
Yeah, so I had to make room in the garage. I started that today, but it's a big mess. My garage is full of unfinished projects and broken game consoles and controllers and all that crap.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I have a whole tote here full of guitars if you want them for you. Just take them.
Get them out of my house.
Yeah, there's probably 9 or so
Oh,
of
geez.
them.
Have they been
Yeah.
tested? Have they been tested?
Some
Are these the ones that have that delay?
Some of them
issue?
have a weird button.
Okay.
Yeah. You said you'd sell them anyway if you were me. So
Yeah, and then I'll just give them a discount if they. if they
I
complain about it.
did mark the ones that have a bad button. I put tape over the button. That's
Okay.
weird. So if there's tape over a button, it's because the button's weird.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
All
Yeah,
yours.
sure. I have 6 guitars here that I still need to sell. I need to get my button gear, man. You see all these totes, video podcasters.
Yeah. I got
These
all my
totes are
totes are in
still-
the hallway upstairs still.
Yeah.
Because my wife's like, oh, we'll leave it here. And then she started listing things on eBay for me
Oh, that's
because
nice.
she's home anyway, but she's busy. But
Yeah.
it is nice that I trained her to how to use the eBay app and list things on eBay, and she did several things. But then we got into the more complicated ones where it's a disc-based game. It's like, okay, is that disc okay to sell, or should that be like marked as not good condition, or should be resurfaced first? And those are kind of the ones where it hung up and she kind of stopped.
Yeah.
And then we ran out of cardboard boxes that are the right size, and yeah.
That's my issue with the guitars right now is finding boxes that can fit them.
Yeah.
I have like 3 left, so.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. But yeah, I need to start listing things on eBay. I randomly sold 3 things yesterday, like from
Locally?
my Facebook.
Oh,
In the
nice.
span of like a couple hours, just people just like, is this available? Yep. Can I come tonight? Yep.
Yeah, it's weird. It's nice, but
So-
it's weird.
Sold my last Game Boy Advance for $70.
Jeez.
And then I sold, what else did I sell? Flight stick controllers, like joysticks, and I found them in the garbage. So I sold them for $35 each. And they're old. They're like from the 90s. So,
Oh boy.
but still USB. Maybe,
From,
maybe they're
like
probably not
PC ones you're talking?
PC ones. Yeah.
Yeah.
CH products or whatever. So apparently it's a good brand. So yeah, $70 for those. And then I sold the Legend of Dragoon for PS1 Black Label with the strategy guide for like 150. So I made like $300 last night. Didn't even... Some stuff that's been sitting for months.
Weird.
So
I was wondering about selling now as well. I'm like, oh, maybe I should take all this stuff that I have left over from Barry and start listing it by console, like one ad per game console. Like,
yeah,
but I
here are
haven't.
my Xbox games.
Yeah, and I'm like, is summer worse? Because people always say that games don't sell in summer, or they say people don't play games in summer. But I don't think I believe it. I think kids
so.
are home from school and have more free time, if anything.
Yeah.
But I remember being a kid, and that's what I did: is played more video games in the summer. I mean, I went outside more too, but I don't know.
You still played video games at night or a lot on the weekends, and
yeah, especially if you're not in school, because
if your parents are like can't take you outside, if you're too young to be outside by yourself, you're at home playing games. So
yeah, so I need to get some ads listed. I'm even thinking of also grabbing like the cheapest stuff, like $10 and under, and just take it to Microplay or.
That's probably what I'm gonna do. Honestly,
Yeah.
take it to something and just get some credit. Like it's not worth my time to list it.
What place would you take it to?
I don't know. Probably, I mean, I have a game store down the street. I might just take it there. I won't even waste the gas to take it to Microplay.
Yeah.
And I'll just put whatever trade credit towards Wii U games. They've got a bigger Wii U selection than anywhere else. So it's a bit overpriced, but at least it's
with credit. If it's
credit, it's cheaper. So
yeah, there's Beat Goes On option too, but I don't know what kind of trade credit they give and stuff.
Yeah.
So Microplay is the closest to me, but
I do like going to Microplay as a store, but every time I've taken stuff in there for trade, I've always been disappointed with what they give me. So
okay,
I'm always expecting a little bit more.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I did feel like that at the time I went in, but I haven't been to Good Time Games in so long. I have no idea.
I don't think I've ever traded anything to Good Time Games, so
Okay.
this will be a good test.
Hopefully they don't install that stupid membership thing.
I hope not.
It's like $10 for the year to be a member in order.
Was that
to
the
be
old?
able to
Was that
trade.
the old owner or this owner?
Oh yeah, that was the old owner. The
Yeah,
old
so
owner.
Old
The guy
owner,
that I
yeah.
had issues with. I think he did it to try to skirt the pawn shop policies or rules.
Oh, maybe.
Because if you're a member, then you're not technically just the public trading in, is what I think it was. Yeah,
Oh, interesting.
I think so.
That's a way to skirt the rules.
Yeah.
Things you don't think about, eh?
Yeah. Well, after watching or looking at him in the stores a couple of times, you know he's just trying to skirt the rules, because that was kind of.
Didn't he have like a payday advance?
Yes, he did. Payday loan place inside
Payday
the
loan,
store.
yeah.
Yep.
That's funny.
And then he quit or sold the store or whatever he did and became a real estate agent.
Yeah, where you can legally screw people over.
Yeah.
So
And bigger payday loans.
bigger payday loans. He gets his own. He can cash his own payday loans.
Yeah.
Well, does that do it?
Maybe.
We're about to hit 3 hours here, so we better stop now or Bill's gonna get mad.
I still was debating on getting one of those Coleman mini bikes.
Oh, I see them pop up and I'm tempted every time.
Yeah. And you already have one, not working, but
It's
you
not
have
working,
one.
but
Yeah.
it's not a Coleman one, but yeah, I want
Yeah.
that Coleman, that BT 200X or
Just any. I don't care if it's Coleman or not. There's some that have the 200cc motor. I'm like, yeah.
That's you want a 200cc. Absolutely. Yeah. One day I got to save up some of my well, this canoe trip took a bit of cash out of me, so I had to take some of there, and then
I've got my video game budget is ready to spend.
Yeah. Get mini bikes. Let's get mini bikes and ride mini bikes.
It's tempting. I'm trying to get. So my wife's like, "What do you want to do for Father's Day or your birthday?" So I said off-road trips is what we're doing. So we are gonna load up. I installed a brake controller on our Highlander.
Yep.
And I already have a trailer hitch, and we now can do a trailer with brakes. And my dad has a trailer with brakes for his four-wheeler, which is not a four-wheeler really. It's it's a side by side 6-seater. So
Okay.
we're gonna borrow that and take it off roading with the kids on Father's Day weekend, and go drive some unmaintained roads around here.
Yep.
Or let's like an hour or 2 hours away from here near Markdale and stuff.
Okay.
And do that with the kids. And then in August, my wife and I are going to go without the kids. We're going to drop them kids off at my parents' place, and we're going to go up north further, that place I was mentioning to you, where I've been off-roading several times before, and
Yeah.
take that same 4-wheeler up there and do some off-roading up there.
Nice. You gonna camp
And
up there?
camping,
Or just
and
go-
camping, yeah.
Nice.
Camping with no hydro, no water kind of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. You got bring in all your supplies.
Yeah. I'm tempted to like get a solar panel or something just to
Just get one of
have
those like
some
big
kinda-
Jackery like battery
I
packs.
know.
Yeah.
Those are expensive though.
They're worth it, probably though.
My work has 2 of them.
Just borrow one.
Borrow them for the
testing.
weekend. They won't even know. They won't
No.
even know. It is the team I was temporarily on though, so maybe it wouldn't
Yes.
be good. Actually, they have 3. They have 2 Jackeries and one that's like a big booster pack one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
like
wouldn't
a
even
big
know. They
jumper
wouldn't.
cables and stuff. Or I could just build my own too, because I do have enough laptop battery 18650 cells that I could just build my own with like 60 of those batteries probably.
Wow.
Yeah. And I just charged them up like 2 weeks ago. The problem I have is I don't have a spot welder to do it.
Yeah. Well,
But we
sounds
do
like
have
your
one in
next,
the office. We do have one in the office at work.
Sounds like your next
Next
Amazon
project.
purchase.
Our next project. Yeah, well, I have all the gear I need to build one as
Yeah.
well.
Well, I mean your spot welder.
No, I have all the gear I need to build a spot welder.
Oh, well, there you go. Even
I have
easier.
I have the cables, the power cables from car stereo. And then I have solid state relays already. And I have push buttons to control the solid state relay. And I have tungsten welding rods my brother gave me, which would work really well for the actual connection. So I just need to find all those things and then build it.
And then build it.
Yeah. Now that
You
one
have-
project's done.
You have to build your own project materials. That's ridiculous.
To do a project, yeah. Build a project to do a project.
No wonder it takes you forever to do anything.
Yes. Yeah. They're ambitious projects.
Or just be like the rest of us and just go buy one.
You mean like I could have gone and got someone to install the Christmas lights for me on the house for like $3,000,
Yeah, exactly.
but I'd rather spend the $750 and do it myself?
Yeah. See?
Yeah.
No problem. No problem. Easy.
Well, it's done now. I just need to move on to the next thing.
What's the next thing you have to build for your next thing?
I don't know yet. That's the problem. Which is the next thing I should be doing? I don't even know that. I almost think that this DIY Jackery box might be the next thing I should build for camping.
Yeah, if you're gonna be going up there, you're gonna need some power.
Yeah, I already have the guts out of a booster pack because I had a booster pack where the battery died.
Yeah.
So I already have the guts. I took out of it. I was going to replace the battery, but never did. So I've got the wiring sitting there. I could just use that as a inverter and all that stuff. Well, I actually have inverters too that I hire amperage. I don't know. We'll see. I should put the cells to use and do the soldering or the spot welding, build a pack.
All right, Bill's yelling at us, so
I can't hear him.
he'll be in your DMs.
That's fine. That's fine.
Well,
All right.
everyone, thank you. Thank you for listening to this episode of Not So Special Podcast. You can find us. Well, if you found us, you're listening, you found us. So clearly you found us somewhere. But if you're listening and you want to see our faces, don't know why you'd want to do that. You can look at our YouTube channel. And please subscribe there because we need 100 subscribers soon. We're only at 9, so we got a ways to go.
It's not so special on
Not-
YouTube.
Yeah. Shouldn't be that hard to find. All of our logos look like our podcast
Thumbnail
logo.
thing,
So you'll find it. It's pretty unique.
And we're
Pretty special on our on our logo. Our logo's pretty special.
Yeah. Only a half star though.
Only half star.
Not so special pod on Twitter.
Yes. You can find me on Twitter and YouTube at CreepLeet. That is Creep1337. And Derek is at DEGE13. I know because I'm looking at his StreamYard. Read it there.
Yep. And my YouTube, where all those commercials are being uploaded every other day.
That's right.
Also DEGE13.
Go and watch some commercials.
Yep.
That's gonna do it for this month. Thank you very much.
Thank
We'll see you later. We'll see you next month, I guess. We'll see who we can con to be on this episode next month.